Sup, YouTubers? I know I'm later than I said I was going to be, but there's a lot of live streams going on tonight, and I was in a good one, so I hung out there for a while at the UFO Man live stream. They're always very nice there, and the people are friendly, and it's always interesting topics. So um, I stayed later than I thought I would. Plus, there's actually a lot of live streams tonight. I noticed. So um, you know. I don't even know if anybody will come to this one because there are so many live streams going on tonight. So I thought I'd just, after the one I was just at ended, I thought I'd just come on, see what's up with everybody, how everybody's doing, what anybody did tonight. Anybody want to talk about anything specific or just random? I mean, you know, I get into all that stuff too. The one I was just at was like, a UFO one, and it's just you go down such a rabbit hole with all of those, different mysteries of what's going on today. Or even, when it's like even reality life, like you could get it down a rabbit hole. Hey Ace, how you doing? How was your motorcycle ride the other day? Started to get cold there now though, right? I would say. Yeah. Now it's going winter for you guys. Right? Yeah, winter for you guys. So it's hot during the Christmas time for you. You guys should reverse. Hey Terry, how's it going? You guys should reverse Christmas. Like have Christmas, you know, when it's cold there. Oh, I didn't even know you, Ace. I didn't know you had started doing a channel. Did you? Yeah. Well, you're always like changing, like you know. I'm not even gonna pose that hey baby because I was in a live stream tonight and somebody asked me if I have a crush on secular. I said no, the other way around. Other way around. But I was just, I was laughing when they came out with that. Earlier, I did a little quick live stream. It was pretty good. 12 of you, huh? Oh, your housemates did the video for you? That's pretty good, huh? 12 of you. What, 6 bikes or 12 bikes? A big group. That's pretty good. Now, where do you go? Like, where's like the place that's a good motorcycle ride in Australia, like that you would go to? You know, I'd like to go to Australia, but I definitely would like to go to New Zealand too. I'd like to go to a lot of places. Then again, I get all scared about being a, um, you know. Oh, your housemate has a channel. Oh, well, you're a mod here. You can drop the link. Why don't you drop his link for his channel so people can see your videos? That would be good. On the itinerary for tonight's live stream? I don't know, I did want to ask because you're in Michigan, right? We went to the place where my house done a short movie. Where my house done a short movie. Oh, your housemate was in a movie or he made a movie? Yeah, get the link for the channel or the video and drop it in the live stream. Oh, the itinerary of your day? Nothing. I didn't do anything. Really? Not at all. But I did want to ask you, since you're in Michigan, I was on UFO Man's channel earlier, and he was showing a video, uh, of recent, I guess, of over Michigan Lake, or I don't know, like some body of water in Michigan, and then saying, about the UFOs over it. He said it was just like 6 days ago. Did you hear anything about that, Terry? No, I thought it. Yeah, because I earlier when I was on, people were talking about like older event, but he said this was something new. Yeah, it was like it almost reminded me like of Nitty's apartment, like they were filming it from like those high rises, Yeah. Huh. Maybe you can look it up on your computer and let me know because I had heard something. Well, he showed me, he showed a clip, so um that would be odd if the media wasn't putting out something that, he had a clip of. No, not this way, but instead to the north. Is that what that? No, but instead to no. Huh. Yeah. Also, I was looking that. Just call me Ace. Yeah. It is easier. Was I the first one who did that to you, Ace? Started calling you Ace. Yeah. Here's a funny thing. You'll find this kind of funny. That that near me, there's a place, Great Barrington, right, where there was a UFO event in 1969, right? Just so you can have undate beautiful. But yeah, I would go just call me Ace. But so anyhow, so in this Great Barrington in 1969, there was a covered bridge. So this a 9-year-old, his brother, his grandmother, and his mother were crossing. Oh, you should have tuned in. Yeah, so the title read UFO Fleet over White Lake, Michigan. Oh, so there was something that you saw, Terry. Yeah, and it did look like a fleet of UFOs. I'm telling you, it really did. And kind of a little scary, like, And yeah, yeah. Was there a few of them? Now, is that Tim's video or is that the people's video that, like, is that something in the news or something? Is that what it says? Is that what it says, Terry? Like, is that like, are they news stories? I'm just asking, like, did the news stories run that, like, UFO Daily Report? Well, what about like the newspaper? What about like your media outlet that's near you? Did they say anything about it? I'm wondering if they conceal things. She says, OMG. But get this, Ace, you're gonna laugh. And you too, well, no news story, huh? No news story. Hmm. And that makes you wonder, like, if, if those people didn't get taken serious, it's a conspiracy and cover up. You sound like you're being facetious. Um, what I'm saying though is, then let me get this out about the Great Barrington, the UFO thing. So anyway, so it's his mom, his grandmother, him, and his brother. 1969. They go through this covered bridge, and then they get to the other side, and there's all these lights. Okay. And they feel like they're in. Stop it, saying stuff like that. Don't say that. Um. So they feel like they're in. He said his experience was that he felt like he was in a hangar, like an airplane hangar or something, and there was like these insect like creatures there, And then when he came, like was back in the car, people were all in different seats. They were, not sitting in the same seats they were prior to. And what his family thought was just a matter of a few moments was really 3 hours. And his name, the guy's name, he was 9 at the time in 1969 when it happened, but the guy's name is Tom Reed. Isn't that so weird? I mean, I'm not saying there's any connection. It's a common name, but I just had to laugh when I read that his name was Tom Reed. Maybe that explains why he is like he is. No, no, I'm not an alien. I'm just talking about something I thought was, kind of pretty. Yeah, his name was Tom Reed, but they spelt it Thomas, and then Reed the same way. But I just thought that was really funny. Yeah, yeah. But his mother, and his brother, everybody was in different seating in the car, and uh, but I did see. I'm telling you, one time I did see something in the sky, and if my friend wasn't with me, there's no way I would have believed my own eyes. Even there's a lot of things I think that. Ace, have you ever seen anything like creepy, like just even ghost wise, or UFO, or cryptid? Something eerie. Have you ever had an experience like that? I'd like to hear like if somebody else has ever seen anything at all. Like, I mean, do they have any sightings of UFOs in Australia? Do they have many? I mean, isn't there a lot of open sky there too, right? Well, were you doing like a ghost hunt, or was it just now and you meant to me? No, sorry, I'm like kidding. Go away. Or was it when you got blocked from chosen one? No, no, I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, we both heard that voice, right? Go away. No, not sighting, but I've had experience. When I was a kid, I had a telescope. I looked for UFOs. Um, Now, was it a ghost that said go away or like a ghostly voice? So did you ever see anything? Oh, like an EVP. Ah, yeah, those are pretty interesting. What are you talking about? What kind of white tee to go with your black jewelry pants? I don't even know what that means. Was your house haunted, Ace? I don't know I don't even know if that's the real secular right there. I don't even know what all that is. I'm getting Dara or Robert correct. I don't know what that means. I have no clue. Um, Ace, was your house haunted? You're bumping up your wardrobe to a white t-shirt with black pants. Yeah, but I want to know why you're talking about. No, it was when I changed my. Wow, that's so weird. All of a sudden, my writing got so big. Was it like that? Oh, what? I don't remember that. No, it was when I changed my lounge around. Yes, it said on my phone, but didn't hear when filmed. That's creepy. I always do that when I make videos, the cemetery stroll ones. I will listen and, see if anything comes back, in the recording, of the filming. But I can't have the oh, hi Mr. Rourke, how you doing? Mr. Rourke, he's good at trivia, I'll tell you, Mr. Rourke. And that was one of my trivia questions. Remember that? And then I saw Mr. Rourke places and I'm like, wait a minute. Ha- Did he name himself Mr. Rourke because I was talking about Mr. Rourke? Or I was like, that's so weird. Did you call yourself Mr. Rourke after I was talking about it in my live stream? Because I don't remember like me and Mr. Rourke around. Did I do it at the stream? Oh, I might have hit something. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, baby, what's up?
Alright. Why don't aliens fight in space? We don't know if they do or not, right?
I
Like they
read
said.
somewhere that if you go into a black hole, you can go back in time.
Yeah, that's what they say. They're like portals, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Isn't that
and I was,
mind-boggling?
huh?
Space never ends. It goes on for an infinity.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I was reading about this thing in the middle, in the middle of Central Park that's 4,000 years old and, was like a working piece of apparatus as a receiver and transmitter, like a modern pylon.
Yes.
That is so amazing to me that, you know, 4,000 years ago, they were making something, like it's granite, but it's got crystals inside of it that work like a, transmitter. Like, isn't that weird? You there?
Yeah, I'm listening. I linger on every word you say, Tracy.
Oh, stop it. It was Mr. Rourke who asked if I had a crush on you, actually. I'm throwing you under the bus, Mr. Rourke.
I
Yeah, he's, he
have
said,
I have a crush on Survivor Girl. I'm not gonna lie. She's cute.
it was cute. Now I look like Mr. Magoo.
Oh, nonsense.
Mr. Magoo. Well, maybe not quite like Mr. Magoo. That's a little far fetched. Now, here's a trivia question. This bloke, like, this isn't a trivia question. I'm just reading Ace's comment. This bloke, like, if we were the first person on the moon, who put the camera there? Who put the camera there? That is pretty funny. Who put the camera there? That's kind of funny. Like, where were they filming from, right? The whole thing? I wouldn't go to the moon. Would you?
Of yeah, in a second. Eventually, there's gonna be probably be a tourist industry of you'll be able to take
I
regular
think,
people up into space.
yeah, I think so. But they'll probably end up like crashing a couple of times and then just keeping the people's money.
And that must be awesome to be up there and just be floating around,
I
no
wouldn't think so.
gravity.
I wouldn't think so. I would want gravity. I'd want to be grounded.
Do you like to take them? Have you ever been in a plane, an aeroplane?
Yeah, I've been in an aeroplane.
Have you ever been in a helicopter?
No, I've never been in a helicopter. I've always wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride. Now I forgot what my trivia question was going to be. Dang it. And I had one. And I forgot now. What? Oh my god. Damn it. That's because of you, Secular. And it was probably a really good one. I'm just saying. So what did you do tonight, Secular?
I just came home and from work and just I got some carry out and came home and been screwing around on my laptop. I have
I
a
know, no, no. I know what it was now. It was who played the voice of Mr. Magoo. He was in
oh,
another TV show.
it was the
And
guy. Can I answer that?
yeah,
Okay. Or do you want the people typing to answer the
no,
chatter?
no, you can answer it.
It was Jim, the guy that played the Mr. Howell.
Yep, you're right.
God
You
damn, I
are
can't
right.
think of his name. It's Jim.
It is Jim something. Yeah, it is Jim something. And he was Mr. Magoo. You're right. Okay. who was the voice of Shaggy?
Oh man.
The guy with the white hair? What guy had white hair? No, it was Miss. Uh, oh my God, now I forgot what the. But anyway, Shaggy
Ma-
was Casey. Casey
Matthew
Kasem.
Lillard.
No, Casey Kasem.
Oh, that's right. I just
Yeah,
cheated. I did a quick search. I shouldn't
I
have
know
done
you did, and you came up with the guy from the movie, the actor.
it. I'm not going to cheat anymore, I swear.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
all
It was
right.
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, it was Casey Kasem in the cartoon. Yep, and his wife, right?
Mhm.
What was her first name? Ah, you're gonna cheat, right? 'Cause you're already
No, I'm
on
not
Casey.
going to cheat. I don't know.
Doesn't all right? Anybody in the room know? Because she was in a sitcom, and she played. I'll tell you who she played. Um, she was in a sitcom. Shaggy passed Scooby the Week, so he threw her in Scooby. I loved, I loved Scooby Doo. She was in the okay. She was in Cheers. His wife was, and she was married to Carla's ex-husband. Remember that? She was Bunny
Say that again. I'm looking at the chat. Say it again, Tracy.
in the show Cheers, the sitcom Cheers.
Right.
And Carla's ex-wife, I mean ex-husband, sorry, Carla's ex-husband, he ends up marrying that blonde with the big ponytail, Bunny.
Yes.
That was Casey Kasem's wife, Jean Kasem.
Ah, that's right.
I love trivia and stuff like that, but I was real big on
Yeah.
you know, TV when I was younger. They had some pretty good movies of the week when I was little. What do you do for work, Terry?
I'm a merchandiser I have two titles. I'm a union rep. I get compensated for that. And I'm
Mm.
also a merchandiser for a retail chain. I go between, I cover two different stores. It's physical and clerical. I do ordering, inventory. I have a little bit of authority. I do physical labor. I set up counters. I do sales plans. It's a decent
Is
gig.
it clothes that you're selling or, you know,
Grocery and clothes, everything.
okay. Yeah.
So
I like people, the alcohol reps, and they go to
yeah,
the different liquor stores
right,
and
right.
they
Well,
set up like
I don't
little
do that, but
tastings.
I'm with one company. I just go between two stores. It's physical and clerical, my job.
Right,
So I
right.
do everything from stock shelves to order inventory, and I get bossed around and I boss people around. So,
I got that.
and I'm
I
also
used to move around a lot too when I was a kid, Ace. You know? That sucks. Did you move around a lot, secular, when you were
yes, I
growing up?
did
Or,
way too much. There was no
oh, it
structure.
sucks.
And that's not good to a kid for a
It's
kid.
not. Being the new kid in school all the time.
Yeah.
Yep, it
I
sucks.
think, Tracy, I think that everybody that was attracted to the chosen one thing, a lot of us, I'm not saying you, but a lot of us have our people, we have a lot in common. We came together for a reason. We had sordid pasts, tortured minds. We had
I didn't have a sordid past.
issues with alcohol and drugs or
I
mental
didn't have
illness
any
or
of that.
depression. I know you're
Get out of
probably perfectly
town. You're
normal.
just no Ace. Ace. She's like works for the government. No, she does not. I'm only kidding.
Well, people that work for the government are screwed up too.
I know. I know. I was only kidding. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. I was thinking to be like, she's a school teacher. She's like, I couldn't get it straight.
What kind of
No, I
problems have
think
you
that
had?
sometimes though, even on his channel, it was, parents that wanted to learn too, um,
Right. I'm saying
about
that
what their kids
people,
are going through or anything. Here's
well,
one for you though. Let me just
oh,
ask you. You know how people say that addiction is a disease, right?
right.
But they also say that, oh well, they're not going to get help unless they decide they want it. So doesn't that make it a choice?
That's just too simplistic to say it's a choice. There's
I'm
mental
just
and
saying, if it's their choice to want to, you
well,
know,
there's mental and physical cravings. The brain releases all kinds of dopamine. There's the brain issues. There's sometimes some of them get to a point where they just say, "Fuck it! I've already degraded myself. I'm already. This is my identity. Um, I might as well keep because if you get clean and sober, then you got to face the reality of your destroyed life and all the harm and what the problems you caused other people. So it's
and I
not
get
just
that, but what I'm saying is and I'm not talking about like pain meds and stuff because most of them they get
right,
prescribed by like the doctor or something, and
right,
then it stacks up. I'm not even talking about that kind of thing. That's a real serious issue, like the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors doing that shit. That's bullshit. But I'm talking about like, um, you know, initially, like say for instance, people don't fall off the wagon of cancer. You know, they don't, get tempted or anything like any disease that they've
well,
overcome.
you get cravings. I've been, to be honest with you, and I would not want to do an interview and talk about it. It's kind of an ego thing with me. Uh, but I was there's like 4 years where I was had an issue with cocaine, and
Um,
I
yeah,
haven't
but
did it since '97, September of 1997. But if I could go, most of my life, I stayed clean and sober. But when I partied hard. So, but
right.
I
And the
don't
thing is, just
necessarily sympathize with addicts, but I don't think they should be ostracized either. But you're right. There is a degree of, they at some point they got to, pull themselves up, and it's not just about them either because their behavior affects a lot of other people in society in a negative manner. So,
and I do understand that some people they've had like this horrible. Um, do you mean me? Oh no, you said ego, right? Secular. Okay, good. All right. Good. You she means no. Sorry, I'm kidding. No, what I'm saying is like I understand too. Like people have gone through some horrible like childhoods that can,
right,
really have an effect of all that on it. My, I'm just saying it because there's, and this is like totally different, but not. But there's like, you see like people and they really want to help the, people like that and everything, right? But
hmm,
there's also, and I'm a big animal fan, you know, big animal fan, and but it seems like when it comes to, different charities and stuff that, you know, people aren't taking as much notice. I don't know if it's because it's not as interesting as something like, you know what I mean? Like
taking
it
enough notice.
bothered me that whole, you know, the when somebody will, give something, say, okay, like say, uh, they say, oh, here's this, and then you hear that you donated it and they traded it in for uh $40. Say it was like $100 thing, and then somebody traded it in for
Right,
$40, right? Where then I'll look at this orphan wildlife center and they would have taken that $100 and they would have gone and bought $100 worth of food for the animals that they're um, helping, and people would know for sure like where,
right.
yeah.
Well, but you're talking about human beings. Well, you're talking about addicts and alcoholics, but I know I think actually the money should go to a fund. The first choice, and your nurturing side as a woman should have said this, that the first choice should have been a charity for children, for orphan children or disabled children. That's where our first people care. And I'm not attacking you, Tracy. I'm just making a point. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, real quick to get to my point, I'll just use two examples. Last girlfriend I had a little Yorkie she was really attached to. She was an older woman. I said, okay, I'll tolerate it. Well, there's a certain pillow that my daughter uses. I asked her not to, the dog was on it. I said, that's my daughter. She uses that. Don't let the dog on it. A couple months went by. The dog was back on the pillow, and I gave her a friendly reminder, and she seemed agitated. You know, it's my daughter's pillow. And another situation was an apartment I lived in. Long story short, the girls in the corner apartment had a Chihuahua that was a chronic barker. The guy that lived upstairs moved out. I wouldn't have moved out. The dog was annoying me too. It took me 2 months of confronting them, leaving letters, calling the city.
Yeah,
They,
that's
they
like,
finally got rid of the dog. People come in situations like that. People come before the dog. I
yeah,
don't.
but we're talking about dogs. I guess I'm talking about something like, yeah, I'm not talking about the Mr. Rookie, about the SSI. No, I guess in reality, what I'm talking about is the other day I did this, live stream about bears. I'm not talking about
Okay.
dogs and,
Oh, you're
and
talking
stuff
about
like
wildlife, rehabilitating
that.
wildlife,
Yeah.
preserving. I would like to preserve their habitat and expand on it. I think we should reconstruct parts of the world and give it back to nature. Like I talked to a DNR guy up in the UP, and he said, I asked him about that. I said, can we? I noticed some abandoned railways and abandoned motels and stuff, and I said, we could the state buy that and put Michiganders to work tearing it apart so it can go back to nature. They can give it back to wilderness.
Yeah,
And he
but
said,
the
but they
abandoned
do that.
hotel and everything like that, in that case, they could do that and, remodel it and for homeless children, like you're talking about, for
Well,
families that are
that's up in
homeless.
the middle of nowhere. That's up in the UP. It's sparsely populated, though.
Right, right. But
I
the
wasn't
one
attacking you. I wasn't being mean. I'm just
no,
saying.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have, like feeling about um, kids, I do, but it was like a particular group like I was thinking of because I know they've been struggling
Right.
and this orphan wildlife center and how people like I guess when you think of a bear,
Right.
right? Like a Kodiak bear, like nine and
Yeah.
a half feet tall, fifteen
Yeah.
hundred
Right.
pounds. People you think, okay, well maybe they've seen that in the movies or
Well, you
something.
probably they probably used to be in Massachusetts where you live. They were wiped out. There was
Oh, they were.
actually a red fox, a woodland or a red wolf, woodland bison, cougars. Um,
Oh, I
yeah,
know, right?
they're
There
all
was
gone.
panthers.
Elk, beaver. There's
Hmm.
probably a billion beaver in the country at one time. It's all gone. The forests are gone. The swamplands.
Exactly. So,
Oh,
as for the
is that
um
Roscoe? Hi,
huh?
Roscoe. I heard Roscoe growing.
Oh, I know, right? That's what happens like if he's asleep and you like touch his blanket or something.
Roscoe. Woof.
Don't get him going. Don't get him going because my cat is on me too. They're both like so ugh. I mean I love them.
That's a
That
cute. You got the cutest dog. I like Roscoe. He would be welcome over
right.
here.
You heard
If
him,
you ever
right?
come to Michigan, he's welcome over here.
Yeah, but you heard him, right? That's just if somebody touches his blanket when he's sleeping.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Like growling like that.
the city is very dog friendly where I live in. They have like a lot of the businesses put water and treats out for the dogs, and you see a lot of people around here walking dogs.
Yeah, people are more dog friendly nowadays. It's unfortunate when my dog isn't people friendly.
Yeah. So what
And
would
it's not like
happen?
he attacks people, he just barks.
Well, let me ask you a question. What if we started dating and I said, you know what, the dog's got to go? What if we fell in love and we were talking about getting married and I said, you know
Then
what,
why would dog have to go?
for whatever reason, you know what, I don't want the dog being part of the picture. Would you choose
Well, then
me or
you
you choose
then
me or
we
the dog?
well that wouldn't make any sense.
What if I was allergic? I developed an
Then
allergy.
I wouldn't start dating you.
But what if I developed the allergy after we started dating?
Depend on like how much I liked you.
Well, what if I seen dog and cat hairs all over the place and I was getting grossed out?
Oh well, then you better just forget about it because my coat is made out of dog hair. Just forget it. No, I mean, because why would I? Why like? Oh, see, he's a jerk, right? My dog
He
is
looks
the
like a
cutest.
gremlin. Roscoe looks like a gremlin.
He did that because I put my cat was sitting. That was the problem with Tugger. He gets on my lap, but he doesn't sit. When I'm trying to do this live stream and I'm trying to read the chat and everything. Hey Tyler, how you doing? And he'll stand on my lap. He doesn't sit. And he just puts, yeah, I know, Roscoe probably would bite there, right? Especially after hearing what he was just saying, right?
Oh yeah.
And Tucker will just stand there with his freaking cat butt in my face. And that, and I'm like, why are you on my lap with your cat butt in my face? So I like put him down, and then Roscoe was like, yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, take your cat butt somewhere else. So I was, you know, it was helpful what he just did.
You think Roscoe would be jealous of me?
Well, no, I haven't. I don't know. My animals are all. Why are you both single? You wonder, Mr. Rourke, really? Uh, that's so funny. Yeah. Oh, why are we both single? Because we're on YouTube. No, because people can't go out and meet anybody anymore. Plus, he's Debbie's man. Remember?
Oh, is that right? Who said?
You're Debbie's man. Secular.
I got to be careful. I can't talk. No comment.
See? See? You were right, Mr. Rourke. So, I can't remember who said you were Debbie's man. It might have been somebody else.
We're swingers. We see other people.
Swingers. Get the hell out of town. What are we, freaking living in the 70s? Swingers. God knows. Swingers. You were down there with all those freaking women of the night.
I don't do anything with those women. I swear. I haven't been with a working girl in years. And I don't want to talk to you about that, but I did.
In years.
You don't want to hear
I wouldn't want
You
to
don't
hear
want to hear
that.
about that. You don't
I'd
want to
be
hear about
like,
my life.
I wouldn't want to hear if I was. Anyway, you could tell me all about it because we're not going to date.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's disappointing.
Oh, stop it.
Well,
First
I
of
used to
all,
make money driving them around back in the years when I was doing my ripping and running back in my wild days. I used to get paid to drive them around. I had an ex-girlfriend that did in-call and out-call massages. She did the naughty massages.
see,
I
I
didn't
wouldn't
care.
touch him with a 10-foot pole. No, sir, I'm like, kidding.
Well, I didn't do anything with them. I just drove them around.
No, I'm just saying that you said your girlfriend did, right?
Huh? Well, she
You
was
said
just
your.
doing the happy ending massages.
Oh, get the hell out of town. That's
That was a
between you
long
and
time
me.
ago. That was decades ago. She was.
I know, that's fine. I don't put any. I mean, that's good, but I'm saying you live all the way in Michigan anyway.
We can meet halfway. We can go on
No,
our first date in Pennsylvania.
get out of town. I'm not driving to Pennsylvania. How far is that away from Michigan?
I don't know. We can.
Let's go to Amish country.
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of Amish in Michigan. There's Amish in Pennsylvania too.
I wouldn't. That's, yeah, too much, right? Too much. Exactly. There's too much information, especially if you were like, oh, but if we were on a first date and he's all like, no way, New York City. I'm afraid of New York City. Someone
Yeah,
will
we could have a
probably.
romantic dinner in Little Italy.
No, next thing you'd be turning me out on the street. You'd be saying, this
No.
is my old girl. I'm going to have to put her out to pasture soon. You're like, oh, I tolerated and you want to get rid of my dog and my cat.
No, those were hypotheticals. I just want to see how
Hypothetical,
I
but
want to see
red
how
flag
dedicated and devoted you would be
to my animals.
to me.
Wow. She goes, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So if I came home after working a double shift, would you be sitting there on the phone, or would you have carry out or dinner ready?
Um, I would expect you to be bringing home dinner, carry
Oh, is
out.
that right? Oh, is that so?
I'd probably be sleeping.
So after working hard, I would have to
I don't
cook.
know what
I'd have
hours
to
you're
go hunt down
working.
carry out.
God knows what you're doing. You say you're
You
working.
you should have a pipe, my pipe ready for me, and a nice hot meal on the table.
Kind of a pipe. A
Well,
pipe?
yeah, remember those pipes that they used to smoke? Those
Like a corn cob
the
pipe?
tobacco pipe, the one that wooden tobacco pipes.
Disgusting. You're gonna smoke tobacco pipe near me?
I
Like
wouldn't
my
know.
father? The
No, it
creep?
would be a vape. It wouldn't have tobacco in it. It would be a vape.
A vape. A vape. No. Where are these hours? Why are you working a double? You don't want to be around me? And
I
a
just
smoking coat.
no, I'm
And a
making as much.
smoking coat. Like Hugh Hefner.
I would know. I just want to make it much money for you. I'd be working for
Why for
you,
me? I can make my own money.
so I
I'll
could
be
cover you. I wouldn't want you to
giving
work.
happy endings on the corner.
You wouldn't have to work.
No,
I'd
I
want
would
to cover
never
you
be
with
that way.
jewelry. I'd want to give you like ankle bracelets and rings and
He means
necklaces.
handcuffs, and ankle shackles.
Yeah, but I could do that.
Yeah.
We could go to the toy store together, the adult toy store together, and buy that
Oh,
stuff.
oh my God. You are the funniest, I swear to God. You guys know he's joking, right? He's
I'm
kidding.
serious.
No, he's kidding. He's kidding. He doesn't want to go to the toy store with me. He like, you're too old and you look like Mr. Magoo. I mean, you talk about having other, more kids. So your like for a woman is younger, evidently. And that's not a
No,
bad thing because
I
men can
said
do that.
I would if I could, but it's not realistic.
Why is it not realistic? For a man, it's realistic.
Oh.
That's the thing. Like a man, he could have kids and then, then moves on to the next freaking one, has more kids, and, maybe does better by them. Maybe, is nicer than them and breaks the first wife's heart. I'm loyal if they are loyal. So Terry's one of those guys who will say,
I
you
tip
must be,
for tat.
you did
Go
what?
ahead.
Tit for tat? Yeah, but if you, okay, so some people can be cheaters, and so they blame, the other. What about Marisol? I don't know who Marisol is.
Marisol.
Marisol. I don't know who that is. Is that somebody that you
No,
cheated
so
on?
this person, Mr. Ward, probably heard me talk about her on a. It was a Puerto Rican girlfriend from back a long time ago.
Ah, I got you. What's that? There was like some Puerto Rican girls down at the corner. Wasn't there like a song, like a Rolling Stone
Yeah,
song?
miss you. Get some Puerto Rican girls. It's dying to meet you.
That's what it was. That's what it
Dedicate.
was. Trying to meet you. Yeah, that's what Terry's girlfriend. He says Terry's got loads of girlfriends. He's got a list. He's got to remind himself who he's talking. Right, right. End
But
it. To,
I think deep down inside, I was always more traditional and
no, you
conservative,
are not traditional.
and loyal. Yes, I am deep down.
No, you are not. No, you are not. Mm-mm. Traditional is, you know, traditional. they're not gonna be going out with somebody that knows their girlfriend is giving happy endings and giving them rides to it.
But no, I'm being honest about it. I'm not hiding anything.
I
I mean,
know, but that's not
honesty is
traditional.
the best policy in a relationship. You got to tell everybody everything if they ask.
No, no, no. I'm just saying that's not like if you
That's
wanted to be traditional, you would be like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, date somebody and be like monogamous.
and settle down, right?
You don't have to settle down, but be monogamous. At least being monogamous means that, you know, yeah, right. You just said tit for tat. That's not traditional. You may as well end it, just like Mr. O'Rourke. I think that may as well end it if. Oh no, that was Ace. If you're gonna say tit for tat, Terry, there's STDs to worry about. You can't hit on every woman on YouTube. Yeah, but Mr. Rourke, he can hit on every woman on YouTube because what if he has the STD?
I'm
Right?
kidding. We can give each other cyber viruses.
What's cyber viruses?
A cyber virus, a computer virus.
Oh, a computer virus.
I
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
who this Mr. Rourke is.
He's funny, right? Now
Yeah.
I know, right? And I'm like, I keep thinking to myself, did
I wonder if it's
no, but he's on Byron's channel too,
that's
and he says he can. YouTube is safe, and that's what Mr. Rourke. I just have to know: did you make that like name after I was asking the questions about Fantasy Island? Because I don't remember seeing the Mr. Rourke until I was talking about Fantasy Island. You remember that, Terry?
yeah, that's right. Well, no, I think
Yeah,
Mr. Rourke was be around before that.
he was.
I've seen Mr. Rourke in different chats.
Oh, good. All right. Because I mean, he is modded on Byron's,
Oh,
so he
okay.
must be around. You know what I mean?
He has the credentials, and he can be trusted so far. If it really is a he, we don't know if it's a she. I
Yeah,
kind of
he's been
suspected.
knowing Mr. Rourke for a while. I just thought it was so coincidental because and I thought it also was kind of weird. How when today we were talking about what would your fantasy be if you were going to go to Fantasy Island, and I was like, I couldn't. I was stumped. You
Yeah,
would think you'd be able to come up with something fast, and I couldn't.
I remember that show when it was on in the '70s. I'm gonna have to watch him on Amazon Prime. That'd be fun.
What, Mr. Rourke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't but then again, Mr. Rourke, his fantasies where you go there and you'd have some fantasy and he'd always turn it into some nightmare.
Right. Do you remember Tracy? Do you remember all those trippy Saturday morning TV shows, the puppet shows like HR Puff and stuff?
Yeah, I remember HR Pup and stuff and Witchy Poo
Yeah.
and um
That
Land of the
flew.
Lost
Right.
with the flea stacks.
Right.
Remember that?
Really cheesy and campy.
I loved that though back then because, as soon as the cartoons ended on Saturdays, because there was only on Saturdays the cartoon, and as soon as they ended, yeah, you'd go outside and play, and Solid Gold would come on or Soul Train.
Yep.
Yeah, and that dancer, the Solid Gold dancer, the girl with the long black hair and the big, big forehead. Oh, 50 grand from there. Yeah, I do remember that
Yep,
now.
that's right.
50 grand for their fantasies. And they get left there too. They can't even leave the island.
Yeah.
Monkey Magic. Do you remember? Was it a Was that like an episode of Fantasy Island, or is that like a show? Was it a? See, she's from Australia. She had different kids shows. Did you watch the new dance show with R.J. Watkins? Who's that?
Yes, I did. That was I think that was a Detroit show, if I remember correctly. That was like a
Oh,
local.
that's what it was. Oh, there's not a new dance show, but that's what it was called.
Yeah, the new dance show. R.J. Watkins. Yep.
I don't even know who that is.
That was yeah, I think he was a local Detroit personality.
I used to watch that one. I think it was called this. Was it something Fever? Dance Fever with Denny
Dance Fever.
Terrio.
Yep. Yep.
Remember that one?
I used to have
She,
pretty good rhythm. I could dance okay. I noticed that if I just like went on the dance floor and ignored the women and went to the same spot, they would come to me. So women, I found out, don't like to be pounced on. They don't like guys to like bother them a lot. When they're at the club, they just want to.
oh yeah,
They don't
they
want to
didn't
be,
want you walking up and just start dancing in between them and their friend.
or even asking them to dance. A lot of them don't.
So that was a cartoon after school that had Monkey Man. See, we used to have after school specials. Remember those?
Yup. Yeah.
Those were good. Now, though, I'm telling you, that American Dad, that cartoon, that is
Uh-huh.
dirty. Have you watched that?
Oh yeah, they get away with a lot now on
And it's
cartoons.
on at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.
Yep.
It starts. Yeah. Well, so now when they come home from school, they can watch a cartoon with naked people in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, times have changed. That's been the case in Europe for a long time now. And a lot of the European countries, they've shown nudity in commercials. And in Canada, they have, I did there on Channel 9, uh, there was a special about a Americana, about a British guy that went around the US and went to different unique out of the way places. And he went to a nudist camp in Florida. And this
Yeah.
was a Canadian station. They showed everything, full frontal nudity. And it wasn't a cable station. It was like right around 11:30, 12 o'clock. At,
Yeah, they did used to do that. I remember when I was a kid and we lived in England and my mother would be watching I think it was upstairs down, not upstairs, it was Masterpiece Theater or whatever like that. And they were showing these guys were in the the locker room or something, and they were showing their frontal. And I was like, oh, and my mother was like covering my eyes and shit.
that was in England.
Yeah, that was in England. Yeah.
So,
No, I've never been to Piccadilly Square. Yeah.
I was dating a lady from Czechoslovakia, and she said that after 10 o'clock, you can see porno movies on regular TV later on at night.
Well, somebody told me that they could do that now on, like regular cable. I mean, I forget what they
Well,
were.
now with the internet, anybody can grab porn. So
Anything.
I can click on a tab at the top of my computer and go over and look at a pornographic flick while I'm talking to you.
I know. It's
I can
just,
do cam to cam. There's channels where people can go cam to cam.
yeah, you were talking about you did it the other night.
Who did that? I didn't talk about that. Not on your
Yeah, you
channel.
did.
I didn't talk
Not on
about
my
that.
channel.
Not on your channel.
No, I know.
Why? How do
I'm
you
just
know I
saying.
talked about that?
Huh?
Were you eavesdropping on the other channel or what?
Oh, I can't watch other channels? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Were you watching Bobbles, babbling with Bobbles?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh no. I didn't want you to hear that. I didn't want you to know that.
Oh, stop. Oh, you saw a live sex show in Amsterdam? That must have been weird. I've seen those movies where they, have that, like those voyeurism, like, you know, show, but no, but they're all just kind of standing there, like watching. They're kind of weird. Like that used to be like back in the, 70s, like before the internet, before
Right.
people could be buying, like you just said, just go on anything, click of the finger.
Listen, Mr. Rourke asked if you've been to Piccadilly Square.
No, I have not been to Piccadilly Square. No, I had answered that before. Yeah, I did, but I didn't go there. No, but because I lived in the north of England.
Closer to
You just
Scotland.
go into London when you fly in and the airport is there.
Right.
They do in Thailand, few there too. Yeah, and usually those are like little kids and shit. See, I could see secular really like getting into being in Thailand.
No.
uh, I do feel so bad for all those other countries. I mean, even in England, I saw a show where they had legalized red light districts, and I mean, they were like arresting these women if they were just going to the store during the day. They were only allowed out certain hours.
Yeah.
It was just so weird.
Well, I think in South Korea and also in Amsterdam, you can window shop. You can go down certain streets or certain areas and just the women sit in the window.
Yeah, I saw that too. I did want to go to Amsterdam though. I wouldn't have mind going there to Amsterdam. I have a friend who lives in Holland. Uh, they do entire the pigeons. I don't see pigeons anywhere anymore. So weird. I really don't. Remember, they used to be everywhere.
Yeah,
And
red light districts. That's what they are. That's right.
yeah, I was supposed to go see Dire Straits in Amsterdam
Oh,
when I
that
was
would have
in
been a
England.
good show.
I bet you it would have been, yeah. And you just took the ferry, like from England, some shit like that. And it wasn't that much, but it's beautiful for lovers, weed, canal, and for lovers. Why? I can smoke weed and row down a canal and ride a bike without a lover. We went back and forth 3 times from Australia to England. Oh, when you were moving, Ace? And what part of England did you live in, by the way? I have a friend that lives in New Zealand now, but he's from the same town that I lived in England, and he's older, right? Oh, I'd love to see that. That'd be neat. The Van Gogh Museum. But my friend, right now, so get this. Uh, there, when I was little and lived in England, they would always like generation through generation talk about this, farmer, Chummy. Did I tell you guys about this?
No.
And they said that, that he lived, by the canal and there was farm and that his kids were half pig and half human, right? And so, like my generation figured it's just, like a whatever. And then even my sister's generation, like before me, figured whatever. But the generation that's older, he actually saw the kids and they did look like that. And he said he didn't know if maybe they had some kind of a, you know, like defect or if it was, if the rumor was true. I thought that was kind of interesting to hear that all these years I thought me and my sisters thought it was rumors, but according to like an older person who actually saw those people, it's true. People do have bestiality shows and stuff like that, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I can't, imagine that sometime when I've heard about it. I've never seen
Yeah.
it.
Women with horses and dogs.
Yeah, and even like guys doing things with
Ugh.
sheep.
Ugh. Oh, man. Ugh.
Sheep, when they say that,
Hard
like
for
maybe they get
sure.
pregnant. Huh? Could you imagine if you're fucking sheep, like you were a farmer and you had sheep, and all of a sudden one of your sheep gives birth to a half human,
Oh, wow.
half fucking sheep, and your son is like, oh, this is your grandson. You're like, no wonder why you're always out there in the field. I heard about that with peanut butter. That's what Mr. Rourke said. Remember that when you were a
Yeah.
kid? Well, not a kid, but I mean, like, I think kid when I'm like thinking like that was back in the 80s. That was some kind of like little rumor thing about some woman with her dog.
Yeah.
And secular wonders why people won't get rid of their dog. Oh God. I I see a lot of scary shit though in Australia too, like because it's so not the city parts of it, but the other parts when they're like the bush.
Yeah. The bush. I like a bush, a nice bush.
I mean, in Australia, you go on a walkabout, and then I watch these, yeah. There's like one guy, he was like some murder. I mean, there's serial killers everywhere. I'll tell you that. There really is. They don't even catch these people. How about Richard Gere and a gerbil? I don't believe that. Richard Gere didn't do anything with a gerbil. Who would even want that? I don't even believe that even somebody who wasn't famous did that ever. Like that'd be like who if somebody said to you, "Oh, can I put a gerbil up your butt?" Wouldn't you be like, "No, I'll pass." Got anything bigger like a guinea pig? No, sir. um, Secular, are you still there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just enjoying the show. Just
Get
relaxing.
out
And got
now.
some
You must
water.
have
I poured
probably
some
on like
water.
6 different live streams.
No,
You're
I'm
probably
just here. I kind of wandered over to Facebook a couple times and listened, but I've been very attentive. I just got up, poured a glass of water, and put it in the freezer. So
is it, did I call it a gerbil or a gerbil?
it's a gerbil. You said gerbil.
I did say gerbil. Good. Because right now it's just like gerbling. Is it? So are you a size queen? What does that mean? Queen size?
A size queen.
What does that mean? Oh, because I said got anything bigger, like a guinea pig. That's why. No. Well, no, but I mean, come on. A size queen. It's been around since Greek times. Gerbils have been around since Greek times. Isn't there always Greek times? I mean, Greece is still going. I always heard that, like, I mean, I really think that a lot of those soldiers back then, and they're wearing those short togas and no underwear. What do you think they were doing out there? Nasty, nasty soldiers. I heard you say you never seen one too big. I didn't say that. I never said that. Remove that comment, Ace. Can you? I never said that. When did I say that? Yeah,
Watch it, Mr. Rourke. Be nice to Tracy.
I know, right?
These
I
are
heard you. I mean, no, if he can really tell me when he saw me say that, but he can't because I never did. Never seen one too big. Oh, you know what? He he did hear me say that. He did hear me say that. But I was only kidding. I was kidding. It was the night that we were doing the dating live stream. Yeah, he's not lying. Remember? It was the night we were doing that dating live stream. Secular. Get off
yeah.
the porno site and fucking act like you're here and
I'm
alert.
listening to what you're saying.
All right, but I
You
gotta
want me
hear
to
like
turn the camera on? You want me to turn the camera on
no,
so
I
that you
don't.
see me? So that I'm
No, I do not. Listen, it was the night that I think somebody was talking about. It was me and Prudently were on the screen
I think you'd
on the
nag me if
panel.
we ended up moving in together. I think you'd be nagging me. And you'd be getting on my nerves in the supermarket or we'd be out shopping and I'd just be
You're
trying.
already on my nerves. How's
And
that
I'd be
sound?
walking away from you and you'd be going, "Are you ignoring me?"
Mm-mm. Nope. See, already. Like, you're mean to me, and we're not even together. We're not even
I'm
together.
being nice to you. I'm just. Go ahead.
But
What were you
listen, it
saying?
was a night, and we were talking about, you had asked, we were just talking about, normally we don't talk about sex, right? But it was
Okay.
the
Right.
dating one.
Right.
And somebody said, or if somebody's too big. I think I had said, or if somebody's too little. And somebody said, or if somebody's too big. And I go, I don't think I've ever seen one that's too big. But
Mhm.
that meant, yeah, yeah, right,
Right.
right. See that, yeah, that's what he means by that, yeah, yeah. So it didn't mean that I was like, I'll take them all.
I can take it, all of it. All 12 inches. I can take it.
No, no, no. You don't have to remove. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, Mr. Rourke's right. He did. I thought he was being like, I was like, wait, but no, he did not. He's not lying, unfortunately. So isn't that funny? Like before, like somebody like gets all what you got to really think because he wasn't lying. I didn't, and I thought about it, and I was like, he's right. I did say that, even as bad as it sounds, coming back to you from somebody else, right?
Whatever you
Except for
say,
he's
Tracy.
fucking using the porno sites. He's on Pornhub right now. No,
Who's
he
the
didn't do
who's the
anything
boss?
wrong. Yeah,
No, I
he's
was on
good.
X.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was on X. I was on X Hamster earlier before I came here,
What's X
and
Hamster?
it's a gerbil website. Check it out. When you type it
Get the fuck
in,
out of town. You're
no,
lying.
no, when you leave the live stream, just do a Google search. Type in X Hamster.
No, I'm not gonna
It's a
do that. Well, were
website
you?
for
You
hamsters
were
and gerbils.
not, were you?
What?
You were not. I just want to know, like, if there was really though they gerbils and hamsters, there is actually gerbils and hamsters out in the wild. But look at a capybara; they look like a big gerbil. You wonder what's
Yeah,
that
that's
thing?
right. They're big. They're in South America.
Yeah, they're
They're
pretty
big
big.
rodents.
Yeah.
I see some
Yeah.
pretty big rats around here where I live.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't be able to handle a rat. That would
I see a
I was
lot
on
of little chipmunks. I see more wildlife in the city than I did when I lived in smaller towns. I'm in a big suburb, and I've seen deer, uh, coyote. Oh, hello, Sherry. I've seen raccoon, opossum. We have it all.
Hi, Cheryl. I hope Mr. Rourke didn't leave because I was. He was right, so I hope he didn't leave.
For
Hi,
work,
Cheryl. Nice to see you. Yeah. He's calling the phone. Be back in 5 minutes.
all right,
This party.
give me a
Yeah,
wrench.
I didn't rent you. You want to know why? I'll
Why?
tell you why. Because
I was naughty.
no, because you go to a different channel too. That they're like, and you haven't. I don't know that you've been there for a while, but it's like a conflict of interest, and you can go there as much as you want. Anybody can. I don't try
Oh,
to
I
get
know it's one. I don't
you
go
can't
there
get
anymore,
someone.
honey. I'm gonna private chat you right now. I'm gonna send you a message.
Yeah, it's just like I had to take somebody else's wrench away because of the same thing because and I don't dictate. I'm not dictating. Like people can
Well,
go.
you are, but that's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I can't give somebody a wrench and that much power, you know, because and believe me, I'm on the verge of it, Terry. I am. I am on the verge of it. You know,
Okay.
but I just need to be sure, because to
You know,
get you know what I'm saying.
right? We can talk in private after the chat ends. When I was on Bobbles, me, her, and JC Bear had a quick conversation.
Has she had any live streams lately? I haven't seen any.
Yeah, quite a. She has one tonight going on. I popped in
Oh,
there for a minute and said hi, but want
still
to come
going
over and
on?
yeah, not yeah. It was pretty. It was happening. Yours is picking up. You got like 8 watchers now, and you got a lot of people, a few people chatting.
There was a lot of good live streams going on tonight
Yeah.
at different places, you know, all over really. And so it was a busy night for live streams, you know. But even Chosen One was having one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Rourke. I feel like, you know, maybe I don't like, maybe we're not like drama enough for people to troll or anything, you know, which is
We
good.
engage in intellectual discourse here.
Yes, that's what I think so too.
We just
Yeah.
engage in philosophical no psychobabble or no
I'm really like really gung ho to
backstabbing.
do a
Well, we can
trivia
gossip
one
a
though.
little bit.
I want to do a trivia show so bad.
Let's talk
I
about
really
somebody. Who can we
no, we're not gonna
backstab?
talk about them. That no. Who can we backstab? Shut the fuck up. Who can we backstab? Next thing they'll have a fucking rip video of it and everything. And the rip video will be it will be I heard you say you never seen one too big. And I'll be like, you're right. Yeah. Cheryl's very nice too. There's a lot. I haven't didn't see Lulu tonight, but I did talk to her on the phone, and
Oh, you talked to her on the phone? That's good.
I did. I did talk to her on the phone. Yeah.
How come you
And
never talked to me on the phone?
cause man, people are going around there asking me if fucking I have a crush on you. I saw in the other with Nitty's and Nitty's live stream, and somebody said, "Why don't you just ask? Are you two boyfriend girlfriend? Why don't you just ask her?" I'm like, what the fuck? But then again, everybody says you're Debbie's man.
Oh, come on. There's no ring
How
on.
is Debbie? I haven't seen her lately. Has she done any videos or live streams or
No,
anything?
just she had her birthday party for her daughter and yesterday, and
Mhm.
just take
Did
pretty
she
much
get her
takes it.
results back? Like, is she okay? Like, I know she had a little health scare or something.
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything. We chatted a little bit today, and she's just busy taking care of her daughter, pretty much. That's I think. So I guess she hasn't done too much on her OnlyFans. So
No? Yeah. So, SG, what would you want to do if you came to Michigan and do you like boats? I do like boats. Boats are one of the things that actually they don't like, because I'll be on,
we
I don't want to get on this, I might get hurt. I don't want to get on that, I might get
yeah,
hurt.
we could do a boat ride. I could rent a boat or
I'm
somebody
going
could.
with Mr. Rourke,
There's the
okay? We're going to
Motown.
Fantasy Island.
The Motown Museum. You would probably like the Motown Museum. That's
I
pretty cool.
probably would like the Motown Museum. And let's see, if I was at Detroit, what would I
We,
want?
we could go to Michigan Avenue. I could show you where all the action is.
Oh, I don't want to go
We have a
there.
nice art museum. We
I
have
want to go to the Upper Peninsula.
yes, you would tons of waterfalls. There's some right off the road. You can park and get under the waterfalls. There's Tequamenau Falls. Lots of good hiking. They got Castle Rock up there. Um, a bear,
Yeah,
got bears. They got a lot of
I
lots
want
of
to
tourists.
see. Now, you guys are going to think this is crazy, right? Um, but I
Painted
want to
Rock.
see Manistee.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah, I want to go to Manistee. Oh, I meant to put Ace, and I put I miss you already, already. I meant to put I miss you already, Ace. Sorry. But that's supposed to say whatever. Um, City Charlottesville, Traverse City Charlottesville.
Yeah,
Um,
Charlevoix. Yep, Traverse City. That's a nice city. They're known for their cherries and
for
we
the
got
what?
cherries. Mackinac Island is nice. Horse rides, fudge. Um, but the Upper Peninsula, I think you would like that. There's a little bear. What's it called? A bear ranch. This guy has a big bear sanctuary. There's a deer ranch, a bear ranch, Castle Rock. You can go way up on this rock, and it overlooks the forest and the freeway, and
Well,
lots of
actually,
waterfalls.
it's because like there was this time that I wanted to write a true crime story
Right.
about Heather Aldrich.
Uh huh.
Have you ever heard of that?
No,
Her?
no, I haven't.
Well, she lived in Manistee, and in 2014 she got murdered. And I just, you know, it's a
Oh
very,
yeah, actually,
yeah.
I did. I did see a documentary about that.
They set her and her sister's boyfriend on fire. And at that time, for some reason,
Yes.
yeah, and they said that burning a body was a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I think some guy from Chicago that was selling drugs up there was tied into that. If that's the same case.
Well, the guy's name was Kenneth Brunke, and there was also Gary Cordell, and so this Kenneth Brunke, he wanted to, have like a girl that was not, that was still pretty and everything, but he was selling drugs so that he could kind of keep her with drugs, kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, she wasn't attracted to him like he was to her. So she
That's
wasn't,
right. Yep, I remember that.
yeah, it was, yeah. So, and it wasn't like she was still sticking around with him and she was, outies, and,
Hmm.
uh, and so she ends up meeting somebody and changes her Facebook status, but only for the day. Like something ends up happening that the guy something ends up happening. So if Kenneth Brunke and this Gary Cornell would have read further into her comments of where it says in a relationship, on Facebook,
Right.
then they would have seen, but he killed her because of that. It clearly said it in all of the news stories and everything that it was because he was, pissed in a relationship, but she wasn't. And what made me mad was the media made it like she was this, bad drug addict, and whatever the case may be, that's not should have no bearing on the fact that this guy broke the law and almost got away with it. If enough people hadn't made enough of like a stink about it, that this guy was going to get away with it. He was getting away with killing three people, and like I just thought it was kind of sad what they did to her. Like brought up all this horrible crap about her, and that could happen to anybody, even people who don't do drugs. Somebody could have a crush on them and they could change their relationship status on Facebook and
Hmm.
they could freak out. Freaking Terry.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm analyzing what you just said.
Shut up. He is not. He's going through Pornhub. I love Mexican food. Absolutely love Mexican food. How does Mr. Rourke know so much about me?
Hey, why don't we invite? Hey, look, I'm gonna read the private chat real quick.
Oh my God. I just stay so far away from my private chat when Terry's here.
It's nothing naughty.
I know she likes tacos. I do like tacos, but that sounds so dirty. That sounds
You know
so
what?
dirty.
You would like Mexican Town. We got a huge Mexican population in Detroit. Some of the best authentic Mexican food. We got taco trucks. Yep, Mexican Village. A lot of the out of the
That's
way
what he said.
places
He
are
said we
the
have
best.
Mexican Village in Detroit. Do you know that I could probably eat at every Mexican stand that you have? Like I would eat one taco here and then one taco here, and I'd have to keep it at tacos, even though I love burritos.
We
But
could, yeah, we could do that. We could drive around, hit the taco trucks, then settle in at El Corrales on Junction. They got really good tacos. Do you like what kind of tacos do you like? Do you like the carne asada? Do you like the ground beef on your tacos, or the steak, or the pork, or what
so
do you
many
like?
questions about Mexican food. I
What?
like ground beef.
Do you like
Yeah,
corn or flour tortillas?
corn or flour. It's a taco. We're talking taco right now. Hard taco.
Okay.
Okay.
You like the hard shells?
No, I eat it all.
Okay.
I'll eat it all. But what I'm saying is we're talking hard tacos because we gotta go. If you're going from well, now, not we. I mean, don't get excited. No, sorry. I'm like,
I'll take you. I want to show you the town.
listen, Mr. Rourke already asked me. No, sorry. Mr. Rourke already asked me. Secular.
What?
Snap out of it. It's a
What?
taco.
There's a restaurant, El Corrales, that I go to. I always get a big platter of chips and different kinds of salsa. And they put radish and cucumber on there. And you can put and lime. You squeeze the lime on the cucumber, put some hot
Yeah, that's
sauce
what
and
they do at the
salt.
taco place downtown. It's a truck,
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and they put a radish, like not on the taco, but on the plate.
Uh-huh.
Are you all from Michigan here?
Yeah, how many Michiganders we have in the house? Mr. Rourke, where are you from?
He's from Michigan.
What part of Michigan? Are you from Detroit? I have a feeling Mr. Rourke is from Detroit.
And Cheryl, I'm not sure if she's from Detroit, but I think so. Not Detroit, but Michigan at least, right?
Yeah.
I think. And none of you, and if there's anybody else here from Detroit, right? Nobody heard about like 6 days ago there being this. Oh, California. Yep, Cheryl, I do remember now. Yep, we did talk about you being from California. Absolutely. You're on the
Yeah, there would
show.
be a lot of good Mexican food in
I
California.
bet. I bet. There'd be a lot. Okay. Oakland City. Is that in Michigan?
No, Oakland County. Oh, Oakland County.
Oh, county. Okay.
Well, he probably means county. Unless he moved to California and he lives in Oakland.
Where are you from? What sets you reppin'? What does that mean? Sets you reppin'?
I'm talking street slang.
Get that out of here. Come on. I'm gonna make Cheryl a freaking mod. So you Where's my mod? Where's my mod? Don't talk street slang.
Let's get Mr. Rourke up here. Hey, where'd you go? Get back here.
How can you hear me? Because I kicked myself out.
I hear you now.
All right, I kicked myself out. Who's that? What says invite a guest? Okay, no. All right. Hey, does anybody want to come up on the screen? The piano? You can do that if you want. Why don't you have an avatar,
Who,
Terry?
me?
Yeah.
What do you mean an avatar? I have an avatar on my secular human one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So is that off? So okay, so we've got hi Ace.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. What stuff you repping? That cracks me up. Yeah, Michigan. So you're from Michigan then, Mr. Rourke, correct? Right? Michigan. Because I'm just interested that there was no, news report on like this fleet of UFOs. Not that, I think I'm not saying that there's not a fleet of UFOs coming, or I'm not saying that there is. I'm just saying that I find it strange, that there's like this video of this, it is kind of like weird, and it was supposedly 6 days ago, and then it wouldn't be on the news, you know? Strange shit. Is there an Australian Bigfoot? I don't know. Is my live stream even moving? Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure. Somebody's okay. Okay, there could be. Now, I would think there could be. I oftentimes think that it's something like, that's lived out in the woods for a long time and perhaps is just like a person, but, you know, they're like wild men, like mountain men or something. It's all hairy. Hi, secular. Oh, God. You're
I wish you would
funny.
put your camera on. Stop with
No,
those
I'm
shots.
not. Definitely not. Not at all.
Just put it on Roscoe. Point it towards
Uh-uh.
Roscoe.
No, not doing that. I'm freaking waiting till like maybe my hair grows back like a little, and maybe if it's like normal, I'll document it. If it's
I liked
growing
your
normal,
Jamie Lee Curtis look was really cute.
it was cute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to wait now because oh, you do have little people there, right? What are they called?
Aborigines.
Yeah, yeah, but is that what the little ones are?
Pygmies. The pygmies.
Pygmies.
Yeah, they're in
Pygmies.
Africa, in the
Yeah,
Congo.
Australia. Yeah, Australia.
Yeah,
They're
Somerset's
pygmies.
getting rough, Mr. Rourke. It's getting lot of problems. It's getting wild. You see guys walking around with their pants hanging down. You can smell weed and a lot of petty arguments, and it's getting ghetto. Lots
What's
of
really
security there,
pushing?
huh?
What's really pushing?
Lilliputting, Lilliput.
What-
Remember that story about the Gulliver? Gulliver, I think.
Ah, that's so fun. Yeah, Gulliver. And Ace says, I can't think what they are. I can't think what they are. That's so funny. I was, I remember that movie. You ever seen that movie? I think it's called maybe Little Man. And it's like the Wayans brothers. And but he's a midget, but they have him trying to be a baby. Did you ever see that?
Yeah,
You don't even know what I just said, do you, Terry?
whatever you say, dear.
See, I don't like that.
I linger on every
Who's
word you
Legron?
say. I told you that.
Oh, linger on. I thought you said hi, Legron. You made me just forget what I was saying anyway. Oh, little man. And they take the baby for like a physical exam to the doctor because somebody supposedly left it on the doorstep, and they're like, oh, I've never seen a baby with tattoos and smoker cough. Like I don't know. It was really funny, and they talked about it. I went to Northland back in the day. Ex girlfriend worked there. She was black clientele, was mostly black. What is Northland?
Mall in Southfield, Michigan. It's closed now. I think it's demolished. Yes.
Really? So is mostly everything abandoned in Detroit?
No, no, it's coming back. It's being gentrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I know. I heard of that. What's wood art these? Yes, it has some Middle Eastern in there too. Yes, about Henry Hatter.
It was Jewish. The black people followed the Jews. They followed the Jews up the west side of Detroit, up into the suburbs. Yeah, my area is being gentrified. Rents are skyrocketing. My rent just went up almost $300 a month, just like
No,
that,
sir. In 1 month?
in 1 month. Yeah, it's a good thing I have a good job and I got a couple of side gigs.
Ace says that they are very scary little bush people. Let me just tell you, when I was little, I saw a movie called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, and it had like Timothy Hutton's father in it, and it was a movie. It was
Yeah,
like, a Friday night movie, like back when we only had the 3 or 4 stations, because it was
yeah.
1973. So I was 5 years old when
When
I
we had
saw
to
that.
get up and walk across the room to change the channel.
Yeah, yeah, back
But there
then.
was still
And
black
when
and
at the
white
end of the
TV.
night, when it was over, they would play the Star Spangled Banner,
Yep, I
and then
remember
it would
that.
go off the air. Yeah. and that was it. Like you went to bed.
There were still black and white TVs in the early 70s. A lot of people still had black and whites.
Yeah, and but let me tell you, some of those like movies were really scary. The weekend movies.
Yep.
And this one had little people in it. And you know who else was in it too? I think it's is it Burgess Meredith, the old guy.
Yep.
He played the like handyman, and she took the screws off this heater. Remember the like was something on the side of the wall, and she inherited her some house, some old house, and he said, "Don't ever remove that." Like there was these scary little troll like things there, and I never forgot about them.
What was the
And
name of the movie?
it was called "Don't Be Afraid of the Dark." And it was
Don't Be
nice,
Afraid of the Dark. Okay.
yeah, and has uh uh. Let me just tell you, I remember like my sister fell asleep. She would be babysitting me, and she was like, I don't know, 13, 14, and so she'd fall asleep on the couch. And so here I stay up, watch the whole movie. I'm 5 years old, 6 years old, and I was scared, right? So I start thinking I'm hearing things. So I wake her up. My sister was the type, you wake her up and she gets real startled.
Hmm.
So like you see it in her eyes kind of thing, like she'll jump right up and be like freaked out. And I remember she made me go outside in the backyard to see what it was. Like it kind of like it bit me in the ass and me waking her up telling her I heard a noise. She sent me outside with a flashlight.
How many
I can't.
siblings? How many siblings do you have, Tracy?
I had my mother had, you know, four. I had four. Well, one passed away, and then my father had two sons, but I wasn't, whatever. But one of them passed away.
Wow.
So, two that I talked to, I guess you should say. A lot of family in England, though. That's where my mother was from. How many siblings do you have, Terry?
Two younger brothers and two younger sisters.
Ah. Hmm. Let's see, Survivor Girl. I think you have your list, the trilogy with the Karen Black. Oh, and that doll. Oh my God, I know, right? Karen Black. She was not an attractive actress. Remember her? You guys remember her? Let's see,
Karen
very
Black.
sad host. What, Terry?
I was trying to figure out who Karen Black is. She had to.
Her eyes look kind of cross-eyed, and she was in those '70s movies. I used to like Linda Day George. Remember her?
Yeah, I remember hearing seeing the name on credits.
Yeah, she was a blonde. I like her. Who remembers the show Nanny and the Professor?
I
Oh
remember that vaguely. I'm gonna look up. I'm listening. I'm gonna look up Karen Black right now.
man, Karen Black. She was not. I don't know how she got famous. I really don't. But maybe for being so creepy.
Karen
Yes.
Black actress, Trilogy of Terror. Okay, I see her now.
Yeah, and they had that little doll.
Trilogy of Terror. Yeah, look at that. That thing looks wicked, man.
Yeah, it's like poking her with the spear and shit. There's like some pretty good ones like
Listen.
no, don't play that. No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, no. Can't play things like that. Uh
Why are you
she
yelling
was
at?
because I wanted you to take it off. I wanted you to get rid of it. Yeah. But Karen Black, what else was she in? Was she in Stepford Wives? The original one? Was she? No, that was oh, she could have been in that though. But that was Catherine Ross. Remember Stepford Wives? Oh, Eddie's father. I used to. I never watched Eddie's father. I don't think. I was like gonna, like looking at all those old shows. Like, didn't Johnny Whitaker? He died early. Did he die? Or was it no? It was the girl. And then, yeah, I like doing little research shows and shit. I don't think people like them.
Doing what shows?
Like researching stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I like to research. You know, find out stuff. Oh, Eddie Murphy. Remember Charlie Murphy?
Hmm.
I can't believe Charlie Murphy died. He was funny, Dave Chappelle.
Hmm.
Listen, Terry, what are you doing over there?
I'm reading the chat. Here, I'm going to put the camera on.
You don't have to put the camera on. I'm just
Because you keep
saying, you're
nagging
like,
at me.
oh my
Yeah,
god, do you guys understand what I mean?
there we go. I'm going to keep the
You
camera
do
on.
look young though. You got a young looking face there.
I am young. I'll keep the
Is your
camera
hair
on. So
long in
that,
the back, or is that your shadow?
my attention is, my undivided attention is focused on you at all times.
Look, look how mean he looks right now.
I'm not mean. I'm happy,
You got
dude.
it.
Happy. I'm happy dappy.
No, you can't learn enough. I love learning. But when I was in school, I was not so interested. I was more interested in smoking pot at lunchtime.
What was your aptitude? Did you have more of a math aptitude or like an English writing aptitude?
English writing, I would
Me too.
say. Yeah. I was never big on math. And then I wasn't big on the, dissecting frogs and shit for like science and everything.
Right. I had to drop chemistry. I wrote articles for the school newspaper. And the teacher used to read them out loud. I had an aptitude for writing.
Yeah, and my teacher used to read. Yeah, I remember one time the assignment was to do, poems, to write poems, and it was like
Right.
seventh grade, and I wrote the poems for everybody in class, and the teacher never knew
Yeah, they're
and
fun.
gave them A's.
I remember
Yeah,
a limerick. I wrote a limerick in I think the seventh grade, and the teacher read it out loud. Mrs. Miss Roth, Ms. Roth. I had the
the only
hops for her.
problem was moving around so much, like we were saying earlier.
Right.
Constantly moving.
I remember
God,
Miss. I did a little bit, Mr. Rourke. I here and there. I took a few classes here and there, but
I wish I would have gone to college. But I've been like on my own since I was 16.
really,
Yeah, I've been, yeah, pretty much basically. Soon as like when my sister died, that's when like everything, kind of came up. Well, no, I'm not even gonna lie because we moved around a lot before that. My mother was always kind of like never comfortable. Not that she wasn't comfortable.
hmm,
I always feel like it has something to do with her going through World War II and living in England during the Blitzkrieg and stuff.
right.
Thank you, Mr. Rourke. I appreciate that. I really do. Because I feel, like I could have done, like I didn't graduate, you know, because we moved, we left. And when my sister
Hmm.
died at six, I was 16, and then my mother just kind of like pulled me out of school. She sold the house, and we went to England, but she didn't. I went to England before her, 3 months, 3 or 4 months before her, so she could close up the house and everything, all that shit.
Hmm.
And then, then when she got there, things went awry, and I left. And then I came back and lived. I don't know. I kind of bounced around like with friends and stuff. I just been on my own a long time. And then my sister, the one I was saying earlier about too, that used to kind of babysit me.
Hmm.
Um, she ended up getting an apartment so I would have somewhere to live. You know, uh, it was just done then.
Was this
So,
mainly in the East Coast or Massachusetts?
no, it was like England, and then
When you were
uh,
moving all over the place.
yeah, all over the place. I was like the new kid in school in England. And
But
yeah, I
since
love
you
to
were
read.
16, you said when you were 16, you were on your own. Were-
Yeah,
you were on your own in England, or was it?
yeah, because I went there for like 3 or 4 months before. What does that mean? Have no dollar sign SD. I don't know what that means. Have no dollar sign SD. I don't know what that means. Unless it's like a typo. But yeah, so I went there like 3 or 4 months before my mother did. It was right after, my sister passed away. And then, which, well, I was 11th grade. I was in 11th grade. So that was the last. But then, so I always feel like I could have and would have gone on to college and all that if I was more encouraged. But it was like as soon as, oh, I don't have
When did you
PayPal
come back to America?
when I was 17. Did you say why or when?
When?
When I was 17. We lived there before too when I was little, real little.
Right.
And
But did you
I
come
still
back?
remember like,
Did you go back to Massachusetts?
I think when I first came back here, yeah, it was Massachusetts, or then I went to Florida where my sister lived, and then I hated it there. That's where that guy put, he's gonna shoot me there. And that was where I said that's where I hated it because nobody was from there. They were all just trying to get away from somewhere. They're all
Mhm.
transient. Normally, you have a dollar sign, so I can give you a sticker. I never had a PayPal. I've seen those dollar signs before on people's live streams, but I've never had anything like that. I'm new to
Maybe
it.
she has to be monetized for that. I don't know.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything like that. But my GoFundMe page is, like it's a good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if we could talk about your GoFundMe. Tracy has a GoFundMe page, so
I
she's a
always feel
hardworking
guilty about talking
bartender,
about it because of
very
everything that's.
hardworking. So she deserves some help. She wasn't lazy.
No, I know I was. I've been like when I was 15, I went and applied for like a work permit, to work
Hmm.
and everything. So I've been working for a long time. So it's frustrating because I definitely would. It was frustrating, to people saying like, that it was safe because I'd much rather be working and not have cancer. You know what I'm saying? So it was just it's frustrating situation. Because I know now I'll be scared the rest of my life that it's gonna come back.
But as of right now, it's gone.
No, no, no.
It's not.
The chemo's done, but now it's gotta be like consult with the surgeon, like some kind of a scan to see like how much it shrunk and what the best route to go.
Right.
And then radiation every day for 5 weeks. If I'm lucky, 4 weeks. But but then well, there's a link to it somewhere. I don't want to drop the link myself, but there's a link to the GoFundMe. I think
I'll put it
somewhere.
on my secular human one too. I'll put it up.
Well, you could drop it here if you want to, but I don't want to drop it. But or you could put it wherever you want. You don't have to even. Because
I'll
I
make a
felt
video for my thing. I put it on my Facebook, the one that Tiffany had set
right.
up.
I mean, I just you know, it's not even about the money or nothing. For more me, I keep thinking about how I'm gonna be scared the rest of my life. You know how like they go and you have to be monitored and you're gonna get you know yeah, it's just yeah, but that's what scares me the most. It's like I've been through money things before and come out, like I can always pull myself up by my bootstraps, because I'm a responsible person. I've been paying for my own stuff my whole life. What I'm more concerned with in my mind is living with fear the rest of my life. Even though we all live with fear, any type of fear, I
Hmm.
guess, because anything could happen. Get hit by a
Right.
car, anything could happen. But sucks, you know. So, but I'm glad, like, I'll tell you what, YouTube, even for all of its bad stuff that we do go through, and the drama and everything, you can meet some really good people and good friends here. Because I feel like that I'll be feeling bad sometimes, and I'll get on here, and you guys will come on and really make my night. So,
Well, you
and just,
spread sunshine around, so
oh yeah, I know you tell that.
you are our sunshine.
That's funny. Gift of gab, gift of gab. But on my tacos, I like ground beef, and then I always like melted nacho cheese.
Mm,
I mean,
nice.
yeah, like if they say, yeah, that's true. That is how we met, and that's the good thing about it. Uh, but I always like melted nacho cheese. And if they say, oh, do you want the shredded cheese too? I'll say, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I don't care. But the melted nacho cheese, that makes all the difference in the world. Than just shredded cheese. And I'm not kidding. If you ever, you know, if you ever get um, Mexican food ever again, and if they have nachos there and they could put melted nacho cheese on those, then that means they have melted nacho cheese. And then you get it with that, and you'll never have it the other way again. That was my first job, actually, was a Mexican food stand. Yeah, I liked it. Wake over there?
Yeah, you got me craving. I was just thinking about tacos in Mexican town. Now I'm craving them.
Cheryl makes ground turkey
Hey, you can put that on
tacos.
tacos.
Ground turkey?
Yeah.
Why, though? Is that because you don't eat beef? Like, that would be for a certain reason, right? That you would eat turkey. See, and it probably tastes good, I'm sure, because anything tastes good with melted nacho cheese on it. Everything. Like hot dogs, chili dogs. I love all that shit. Cumberland Farms has fucking awesome chili dogs. I don't know if you guys have Cumberland Farms down there. Terry,
Yeah, I'm typing. I'm talking to Mr. Rourke. I'm entertaining your guests.
he looks
Trying to
hypnotized.
entertain your guests.
Oh, right.
You
Okay.
want to see
I
my
see
red
what
boxer
you're talking about.
shorts?
That goes for you too, Terry. You work, you pay taxes to SSI, and if you needed it, you should be entitled. Why
Hey,
did you get?
Survivor Girl. You want to see my red boxers?
No, I don't want to see your box.
No, we're talking about Social Security and pensions. I can collect early on mine. I'll take a penalty, but
Oh, but that's a pension, not
yeah.
SSI.
Plus, I
Or
got
not
I
SSI.
I sell. I have an eBay little. I do things, a lot of little side hustles, so I do okay. I'm not poor. I'm not rich. I was paid on Friday. I'm broke on Monday. Too many years. I like to have a good time.
Right, right. Well, it's your money. You work for it.
Yeah,
So
I
whatever.
worked hard and I played hard. So
I
no, I
hear
worked
ya.
super hard.
I don't mind the fact that I grew up in the 80s because, and yeah, it was a lot of, I'm going to say the 90s.
Do you
I'm going to say
remember
the 90s.
parachute pants? The parachute pants.
Yeah, I do remember those. And
Yeah, the
some people
80s.
look
A lot of
so good in them.
the styles of the 30s and 40s and 50s came back in the 80s.
Texas said he wears boxers. I like those kind of boxer briefs. Those are kind
Yeah,
of cute.
I wear briefs too.
Boxer briefs, though, right?
I
Not
wear
those like
boxers and no,
tight.
I don't wear boxer briefs. I wear boxers and I wear briefs.
Boxer briefs. You remember the Seinfeld episode where Kramer was giving up his underwear? At first, he's like, "These boys need a house,"
Hmm.
and then he's like, "I'm flipping out and flopping around or whatever." It's just funny. MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
do.
Remember the
And
big
those ones,
hair?
they were like weightlifter pants. Everlast, is that what they were called or something? Remember the
Yeah.
weightlifter pants?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
like a
look
lot of
like.
weightlifters would wear those with the wife beater shirts, and they all
Right.
had long hair.
Remember the big hair? It was big on top and long in the back. I
That's a
wa-
good question, Mr. O'Rourke. Did you see what Mr. O'Rourke just said? If you didn't know him, if you didn't know him, I like the way he puts
I'd
it.
creep
If you
her out,
didn't
man.
know him
She'd probably run.
and just met him, would he get your number? I love the way he says that. If you didn't know him, maybe, maybe. It depends on how he approached me, but like, I already know him. But if he was all like he was like in Chosen once, when he was all talking about his foot fetish and shit,
You're
that was
embarrassing.
all you talked about.
I didn't talk about that on there.
Yeah, you did. Everybody knew you had the foot fetish. I was like, oh well, count me out. I got
No, I know I didn't. I talked about.
you did. You were a misogynist. You were like American women suck. Gotta get yourself a nice Asian woman. You were sounding like fucking Sean Connery and shit, and the machismo. Give her a good slap if she needs it.
I was having a bad day. That's all.
But you're. What did you say the other day? You're getting better.
Yes.
Yeah, you are getting better. So what was Bobo's chat about tonight? I know she has a different.
Things that
Uh,
annoy us. What we find annoying
in general or
in general.
sexually?
Just
Okay.
not sexual. I don't think sexually. More in general.
Uh,
She
what
does
did
a
you
lot of
say?
sex stuff on her.
Oh, look at that. She said Terry is very handsome.
Hey, thank
And
you.
that's not the first time I heard that, Terry.
Thank you.
Turn your thing off. You can hear me in the background.
Turn what off? I put my cam on so because you kept questioning what I was doing. You were acting like
Is he a sharp dresser? Are you, Terry?
sometimes. Yeah, when I'm off work, I am. I dress casual at work, but I dress when I go out. Usually, I like to wear
Are you
Bugatti,
pimping it up?
and I wear Ted Baker Bugatti.
I didn't think it was you earlier when you were talking all that smack about these fucking clothes.
Murado. I
I'm like,
wear Anthony
what?
Murado, but I get it on sale. I don't buy it. I don't go
He's
to
all
Saks
like, I'm
Fifth
trying
Avenue.
to pick out a white t-shirt to go with black pants. I'm like, uh, whatever one's in your hand. And
Right.
that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
I'm going
how
to get
many
my
different
water
white
right now.
t-shirts could there be?
I'm not abandoning you. I'm going to get my glass of water. Okay.
Oh, hey, get it. I'm not that fucking clingy.
You're all right.
Oh my god, he's funny. Yeah, mullets. They're all uh, business in the front, party in the back. Wow, that was fast. Dang. Put your heels on.
Cheers.
I used to have some of those little ankle boots, with the high spiky heel. And
Yeah.
then I would wear fishnet. I was an 80s chick, though.
Right. But you should post some pictures of you in the 80s. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I
Please
didn't look
do it.
much.
I'm serious.
I'm
Post.
not doing it right now.
Well, when you get a chance, put
Yeah,
that
I
on your
mean, I don't look
itinerary.
normal.
We want to see 80s Tracy, 80s Survivor Girl.
I'm not going
You were a
normal.
lady of the 80s.
I always wanted to be a model when I was younger. But turns out getting to be a model is not that easy. you know? But I was real skinny when I was younger. They used to make fun of me. I failed gym because I wouldn't get changed for gym because I always had a pair of shorts and leg warmers under my jeans to make me look fatter. Is that crazy?
You wanted to look
Kids are cool.
fatter.
Huh?
You said you wanted to look fatter. Is that what you said?
Well, back in it was junior high school. junior high school, and I freaking didn't want to. People make fun of kids are cruel. You can be too fat, too skinny, wear glasses, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you go to junior high school, Gary?
Flint, Michigan.
Did you really?
Yeah, my family moved from a small town in Lapeer County to Flint, Michigan for a few years. That was kind of a culture shock. It was rough.
Isn't it rough now there?
Yeah, we lived in kind of it would be a working class, lower middle class area. I was able to mow lawns and have a paper route. I was able to walk around, deliver papers, and
I have paper
do
route.
lawns. You probably couldn't walk around and do that now. It's gotten real bad. Look at my
I
hair.
had a paper route, but then when I was collecting one day, I only had it for like, I think I only delivered 1 week. And
I'm getting
then it was Sunday paper. I only
I got
delivered
the
one
frizzies.
day.
I got the frizzies. White people get frizzies. Black people get nappy hair. We get frizzy hair.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just had
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Ace Obama.
It's
We're having a good time
horrible.
here.
Huh? What
We're
you
having a
say?
good time here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
was afraid. I was like, oh, I bet you all go on and nobody will come in. But because there were so many chats going on. So I waited a while.
Yeah, it's all right. I had one. The first one I did was pretty good, but then I had like two after it, and they flopped really bad. I just had a couple of trolls coming on there being really mean to me.
For a while there was quite a few of them. What do you mean? Did he know Debbie like back when he went to school? Why? Are you guys the same age, you and Debbie?
No,
Close
I
to
didn't
me.
know her. I never met Debbie in person, but we
Is
are. She
Flint,
lives in.
Michigan water still bad?
Huh?
Is Flint, Michigan water still bad? The
I'm not
water?
sure what the latest is on that situation. They had an issue with the lead pipes, I guess. They had a
Yeah, but
dated
isn't that
system.
kind of close to where you are?
Yeah, but we don't get the water. We get the water from somewhere else.
I don't know. I think the whole piping system, isn't it all like kind of connected everywhere?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
probably should
right?
know
So you
that.
don't even care if you're dying over there.
I don't care.
Sorry. She is only
I drink
teasing.
Perrier water every day, so I don't care.
What is it?
Perrier. You ever drink
Oh,
Perrier?
uh-huh. So what, are you thinking of retiring soon?
No.
Oh.
I'm a workaholic.
Oh, I don't know if you ever answered. What was the thing that you said annoyed you, besides me on Bob's
Women
channel?
that nag at me with East Coast accents.
You're such a dick.
What annoys
You're
me?
such a dick. No, really.
Thanks.
That was a good one. I'll give you that. But what else?
What's annoying? I don't know.
Weren't
Um,
you on the panel? You're usually on that
the
panel
same
on
things
that.
that annoy other people, I guess, with scratching,
Huh?
taking fingernails and scratching them on a chalkboard.
Oh,
Um,
well, obviously that's annoying. But I did always like to be the person who clapped the eraser.
I don't like being nagged at.
Remember
Nobody does.
that? Clapping the erasers?
Yep. I don't like people chewing with their mouth open. I don't like
No, I don't like that either. Me neither. I don't
going.
like when people put their bare foot on my dashboard in my car. That fucking drives me crazy. It really does. I'm like, sit right. No, but I don't say it, but I should. I don't want their feet all over my fucking dashboard. I don't like it when people brush their hair in, somebody's kitchen or even their own kitchen.
Right,
I've
or
seen
let
people do
cats and
that.
dogs jump up. I quit going to my brother and his ex's uh, house. They had a house in the country, and they'd have like the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. And we'd go over there, and they'd have cats and dogs running all over the place, jumping up on the table, and the food was bland and dried out. I got spoiled moving down by the city. The food isn't as bland. I grew up where it's all meat and potatoes. Down here, you get more. I got turned on to soul food. That's really good. Thai
I
food. I
like all
discovered
that. Yeah.
Thai food, Indian food. This that is the way the American food is cooked in the suburbs compared to the small towns. It's more. It's just not as bland. Everything's there's more.
I wonder if people start to lose their taste, like their taste buds as they get older because food's been seeming bland to me lately too.
Yeah, I
And I
remember
thought
you
it was
mentioning
just me
that.
because I'm on chemotherapy, but
Right.
I'm wondering with you saying that too, um, like if maybe as we get older, you start to lose a sense of taste. Maybe that's why older people get high blood pressure because we start pouring salt onto our food.
That could be. I don't know.
Yeah, because
Too
I
much
sit here
salt, too
and
much
I don't even
sugar.
have my salt in a salt shaker. It's in the thing that you fill the salt shaker
Yeah.
up with.
We're
But they have these.
probably not eating enough vegetables. We're on the go more. We're working more for less. So in the old days you
I
had,
eat all the time.
and I'm not trying to sound chauvinistic, but in the old days it was generally the guy that would go out and work, and the woman would stay home and cook.
Yeah, but you know what that did? That made the woman
I'm not
like
saying that.
almost be so dependent on the man.
I know, and I'm not saying that that should be the case. I'm just saying that things might have went. You had time to prepare a healthy meal back then, I guess.
Yeah, but okay, but then again, when you get home, you know that people like that seems like a good activity to do with your partner
Right. The whole
is,
family could sit down
like,
together, have dinner, and I'm
well, now
not
you're
saying
talking
just
about a
women should cook.
family.
Guys can cook too, or whatever. Like it's a partnership. If you're going to college, you're taking classes, you want to take some classes.
Why would I be going to college and taking
I'm
classes?
hypothetically speaking,
You
then if
see
you're
what he says here? You know what?
then
Listen, secular, you are looking for somebody much younger than me. So
no,
stop flirting
listen,
with
I was
me.
just speaking hypothetically. If I was talking about partnerships,
No,
couples
I know, but your
working together.
mindset for what you want in a woman is somebody who possibly could have another child, right?
No, I don't
No,
need. I
that's
don't
not a
need.
bad thing to say. That's a feasible. You're a
Right,
good looking guy. Yeah, so it's feasible for
right,
you to, those aren't bad, you know, to say what you are, those are something that you might desire. So I would be too old for you because, I'm past that point.
right. Well, we
So
could
it's
adopt.
reality.
We could adopt a kid.
Oh my God. I
Listen,
would adopt a kid, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's not a bad thing to want another kid. Of course, I think even women sometimes that can't have kids anymore.
mhm,
Sometimes I think, how when in the Bible, right, they say, oh, childbirth is the punishment for, and people think it's the pain of it.
right,
But I think sometimes it's the fact that it gets taken away from them at a certain point
right.
and they
The
don't
Bible
feel,
also, right. It also says, "Go forth and multiply," which probably wasn't a good thing. Wasn't good for the planet, but that's another thing. But the point being, like I was talking about cooperation. If like one, the husband is working all the time, and then the wife decides she wants to go to college, and he's got to step up and do, make sure make sure he cooks for her, and vice versa. It's just a support system. It's about cooperation.
yeah, exactly. But I
You
think
know,
by this point in life, you should, you're established, right? So you should look for
right,
someone else who's, you know, established and can take care of themselves so that you don't have to, you know,
right,
like so that, when we're getting older in life, people can, I guess, enjoy life more on how they want to. But you shouldn't be thinking about putting in a double shift to support your partner because she wants to go to college. Or you could be, I guess, if that's what
right. Well,
you want.
I'm not saying me personally. I'm just saying generally. Talking about relationships in
Yeah,
general.
younger people do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
But once
Right.
we
Yeah.
hit
Of course.
our
Yeah,
age, you kind of
right.
hope whoever you meet already is established as an
Right.
adult.
That's right.
Yeah,
That makes
you
sense
know?
too.
Yeah. You don't want to be freaking because somebody who's just finally deciding to act like an adult at, 50, going to college at 53. Yes, you know what I mean? sitting home, like waiting on you to fucking pay her bills, pay for her phone,
Well,
buy her some shoes if she needs it.
that's
I mean,
that's called love. But listen, you could people take classes for personal interest, for pleasure, to exercise their mind.
I get that, but if it's some girl that expects you to, pay all her bills and while she tells you she's taking a course in pottery, you know what I mean? Like that could be, you know, somebody who's maybe using you and looking for a sugar daddy. But of course, maybe you wouldn't mind that. You're like
I
a
would.
sugar
I'll
daddy.
be your sugar daddy, baby.
I don't need
We can go to the Victoria's Secret. I'll hook you up.
listen to him go to Victoria's Secret.
Aisel Dama's leaving us. Don't go.
Yeah, she says she's got it's daytime there. Daytime and
Don't
sea
go.
salt is good. Table salt is not. Sea salt not good. I just
Party's just getting started.
I just put a lot of salt on my stuff.
Yeah.
I find that one of the only things that I really can taste is like tomato soup. I can taste that without having to put a shitload of salt in it. And I bought some salsa, and I've been putting that on stuff to, and that's another one of the things that I think about in the future. Like, will my sense of taste come back after all that, or are those lasting effects? You know?
You talk to the doctors about that? About
Yeah,
your
and
taste?
they say, no, but then I'll read
They say no to what? That it's not going to come.
that it'll all be fine. Like my doctor has a real good positive energy about him and a positive outlook, like for me. And they say I responded well to everything. And I did gain 10 pounds during chemo,
You
which,
did. That's definitely. I'm not a no physician, but that's obvious. That's going to be a good sign.
yeah, I guess, like, cause I was thinking I was gonna like lose weight and be sick. But the only thing that really bothered me about the chemo, besides the losing hair, but about the chemo and this blend that he did, the taxa. You too, Ace. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming here. Is Mr. Rourke saying bye, or is he saying bye to Ace as well? I love seeing Ace. You don't know, she's such a awesome
Yeah,
person.
good night.
I've talked to her on the phone too, just so if
Good
anybody's wondering, she's a real person. I talked to her on the phone, and she's like just so wonderful.
night.
Oh
Good night,
yeah,
mate.
but yeah, he's a good doctor. I'll tell you, their professionalism made me feel more secure. Because when I first, was of course with y'all can look up chemotherapy, when before you do it, right?
Right.
And YouTube is loaded with chicks and stuff. It's so funny. It's nice how you're responding in the chat. I do appreciate it, Terry. Thank you. But so I would be looking to see if chemotherapy is. I was scared before chemotherapy. I'm saying before I even did it. And of course, people would say, "Oh, use Rick Simpson oil or pot suppositories, this and that." All these different almonds, radishes. All these different things, and chemo is bad. But my doctor's, you know, professionalism, I guess, and the way he acts. Not, and I don't want to say professionalism and give people the idea that he's like every other doctor. Like it's not like he's pompous.
Hmm.
He's nice. He sits and he pulls a chair that's, level with yours and talks to you, and he doesn't like take people wait. Once you're in his exam room, like, and they take your vitals, and sometimes doctors will make you sit there in the exam room for half an hour after you just sat out in the waiting room for a half hour. But he comes right in. He says, I don't like to make people wait. Seems that everybody's always having to wait for their results. They wait to get an appointment. They wait at the appointment. Because I don't like to do that. So they've all been very nice, and I feel positive about it.
I seen one video that you posted. You were dancing with some ladies. It looked like you guys were, they were wearing hospital scrubs or something. This was from a couple years ago, though, I think, or a year ago.
Awesome. Uh, I don't know. Huh.
How long have you been on YouTube now?
Um, let's see, maybe just, I think maybe 2018, maybe. I mean, but I wasn't putting many videos up in the beginning. I was putting like, a couple of from where I worked, the other bar, and then I
Mhm.
do my animals, talking for them. Not do my animals, not bestiality or anything.
Hey, you said it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you were in a bar. Mr. Rourke said I saw you in a bar. You were dancing with
Take
your
care.
friends in a bar. That's right. That's the one I seen.
Yeah, I think that was not a couple of years ago. I think that was a couple of months ago. And where we like
Yeah.
all singing, but we sounded like shit. Like maybe I don't know. Um, yeah, that's the thing too. Like about this whole COVID and not when everything was closed and stuff. For somebody who's a bartender and is used to, what am I giving you a headache, Terry?
No, I'm just it's 1:30, 1:55 in the morning. I'm
Yeah, I
listening to
think
what you're
for that.
saying. I'm analyzing what you're saying. I'm
Yeah, I
absorbing
just
it.
I think somebody who works in that kind of a field, that the whole COVID thing hit them really hard, even psychologically, not just monetarily, but
I'm making
psychologically.
I'm making a lot more money because of it. I get
Yes,
overtime, paid
not
holidays.
not the people like me, me,
Yeah.
no.
I get paid holidays. If I work a holiday, I get double time and a half. It's a decent living what I make. It's all right.
What now or
I
COVID
make
time?
more now than ever. I make more money now than ever.
Because of COVID?
Yeah, I got, you know,
Yeah, and maybe some people do, but what I mean is like when it first, like last year, I'm talking about,
right.
you know, and then the bars and the restaurants, I think were, um, y- you know, my best drink I make is a pistachio martini.
Ah, that's a good
Oh,
question. That sounds tasty.
oh, delicious.
You get
So
unemployment.
good.
You get
So
un,
good.
you get unemployment, don't you, Tracy?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's the saving grace of the whole thing is like, because I was able to be laid off because I was back at work
Yeah.
and the COVID.
Well, you know what? We're going to have a well-rested workforce, put it that way. That's why, and I always tell younger people, you got to stay at one place, regardless of what your occupation is. Don't job jump because then you accumulate paid time off. If I would have made better decisions, I'd have with paid holidays about 6 weeks paid vacation. I
Yeah, but
got
what
like
time do you have to be to work
I
every
got
day?
2.5, about 3 weeks of paid vacation throughout the year.
Yeah,
Plus,
but
I get
what time do you have to go to
paid
work?
tomorrow at 12:30.
Oh, why do you have to work on a Sunday?
No, wait, tomorrow I work at 10. That's good
Why
money.
on a Sunday though?
Why not?
I'm just asking, what exactly do you do that you'd have to go work on a Sunday?
Just book work, physical work, all kinds of work. There's always work to be done. I forgot I
Yeah.
start at 10 tomorrow. I was thinking I started at 12:30. I'm glad you brought that up. I would have been late, to be honest with you.
See, you would have think you'd have to go later on a Sunday
Yeah, I
or
work.
not at all.
Yeah, I work. I'm scheduled at 10 o'clock in the morning. What were you saying? You were saying something, and I want to hear what you were saying.
Well, during the
You-
week, what time do you have to be there?
Uh, I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, 12:30. I work afternoons.
Oh, so you work afternoon. So that's
Yeah,
good. See,
and I work 10 to 6:30 on Sunday.
yeah,
It's
see,
sort of the
that's
afternoon.
not bad. See, I could handle those kind of hours, but the way you were talking about, paid time, and so you must have a pretty good gig if
It's
they're giving
decent.
you
It,
benefits
it would
like
have
that.
been better. It would have been better if I would have job jumped, if I would have stayed at one place. Stayed
Yeah,
in
but I
one
mean,
field
right
and stayed at
now,
one place. But
Yeah, but then you would have had to freaking see. I'm not that type of person who can be like 8 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning
Right.
and then
Well, you're
work till
energetic.
5.
You're high energy. You can go and go and go.
I gotta work like in a bar where there's, or not even a bar, but I like to be moving.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like to be sitting at a desk, and I like to make as much money as I can in the shortest amount of time. And that's, what bartending is about, or waitressing even. If you get in a good place waitressing, but I'm not a wait. I don't. I'll do cocktail waitressing, or I'll serve food as a bartender. But I'm definitely not just doing waitressing. Some people like that. I don't. I'm not big on that shit. I like bartending because it's quick. You know, quick, it's fast. Your shift's done before you know it. Because if you're in a good place, good. And when I used to work bartending in the fairs, oh my god, fucking that was awesome. I loved it. Best beer in the world is Dos Equis Amber. Have you ever had it?
No.
Yep, try it. Dos Equis Amber on draft. I would suggest it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you're
I
making
don't.
me. I don't know. I'm hungry for tacos, and I want to have a martini. I want to have a
Oh,
Modelo. Now you're
dirty
making me want
martinis
to
are
drink.
good.
You're making me want to eat and drink. And hey, sweetness, I have to go to. I have to call it a night. I just
Yeah. Okay.
remembered. I would have been late tomorrow. I'm serious. I'm glad you brought that up.
He a secular human seems like he would be wait staff.
Ha.
Who is that? Barium exposure. Is that a troll person?
It could be.
And Ace is gone.
No, you would be my wait staff, Barium. Barium would be my butler.
I never heard of him. You do kind of seem like you would kind of be good, like as a waiter, though, because you're
Yeah,
friendly, or even a
yeah,
bartender. I
yeah. I
think
could
that's
do.
who
I
you
could be a
need.
bartender. I'd like that.
And I do like dirty martinis; they are good. But you got to have the right vodka for, if you're gonna have a martini like that's straight vodka,
Hmm.
like a dirty martini or even just a regular martini. You have to have the right vodka. You cannot go cheap. Yeah, not like you have to go real expensive, but anyway. So is that somebody that you know, barium exposure?
Nope.
Okay, let me look at this. Yeah, I've heard that as well. By the way, that killer, yeah. Um,
Uh,
huh?
I'll stick around and defend you. Cha cha cha.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's, yeah, somebody from. I don't even know if that's a real person though. You know what I mean? Does that remind you of a lawyer? Yeah, he could be a lawyer too. I think Secular's got like the kind of look that's,
I'd be a good liar.
no lawyer.
I
I
know I'm
said,
joking. Liar, lawyer,
yeah,
lawyer. There's a joke. Liar, lawyer.
yeah,
Everyone needs a
lawyer.
good liar,
I mean, you're like, well kept, good.
and so
A lot
are
of the girls
you.
think you're cute, Secular.
What's that?
I said a lot of the girls think you're cute.
Oh, is that so? Do you
That's what
think
I've
I'm cute?
heard.
I
No,
think
you're handsome, but
you're you're cute.
you don't even know that.
You're the cutest lady ever.
My God,
Your
you're
voice.
so silly. You are so silly with me. You are so. So, what other live streams was going on tonight? Any good ones? Come on,
I
talk to
think
me.
Sharon V, Babbles, and Chosen One.
Oh yeah, and Sharon V had more people in her live stream than Chosen One.
Oh yeah.
Did it stay that way, or
I don't know. I wasn't there that long.
because at that point, like, so that would mean like if because Chosen One started after her, which I thought was kind of shitty that he
Right.
did that.
Well, there's no surprise that the addicts have a lot of people that are interested.
Yeah, I
The
always liked her anyway.
yeah, like Maddie and Gerald, Mama Kelly, because people are interesting in the life of a addict. So
No, I mean, I've never been to any of Mama Kelly's live streams. No offense, I didn't even know that she did live streams, but
I don't think.
um,
Well, actually, I don't think she does. But
yeah, I didn't know that she did. Maddie's always been that. I've always liked Maddie, even from like when she, um, like her first interview with
mhm.
Chosen One. She was likable from that moment on. Like, did you watch any of Chosen One's older videos?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah, they were different then, you know? They were really different then. And that's one thing I will say about Maddie, um, is, oh, it's a secular humor. Why don't you seem proud of what you do? That's the feeling I get from what you're saying. I just get the feeling that, he doesn't, he's just like, it's his privacy, so he doesn't want to give too much information, which most people, why would they want to,
Yeah. Well, I think it's
Yeah,
the. I look at it the way a lot of worker people do with their jobs. It's like, yeah, whatever, you know.
you're protecting your job. Well, yeah,
It just
plus
it
you don't
pays
need
the
to,
bills. It gives me a little money to save and have a good time with.
right? Well, that's why I kind of like, doing something I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to just think of a job about, oh, like I like to. Well, I thought Maddie was an ex of mine. She's not, but she looks like one of my exes. Well, she did grow up in Michigan, right? I mean, I think that's where she's from, and she's, I like Matt. Everybody liked Maddie, and she's been around. She's like stuck around, like she's consistent. Where it's kind of weird. Some of the other girls, we don't even see them anymore. You know? Yeah. Does who have nice feet? I know. I was wondering that too. I saw that. The Secular One. Did you get a new car after it broke in your video? Why did your car break?
No, no, my '03 Alero is running like a brand new car. It's paid
What is
for.
it? It's kind of sad how YouTube is buying the dope now.
Yeah,
Oh, my O3 alert. It's
runs
kind of sad how
like
YouTube is
a
buying.
new
What does
car.
that mean, buying the dope now?
I got 177,000 miles on it, and it runs like a new car. I'm gonna keep it. I've had it when I got my car like 11 years ago. It had 20,000 miles on it. It was
Weren't they like little sporty cars, the
Yeah, it was in
Aleros?
Florida. It was from Florida. So the owner was from Florida. Very well kept. I paid
My first car was a
7,000 for it,
72 Chevelle.
about $7,000 for it. I paid cash, and it runs good. When I hit that bump in that video, it screwed up the. I did a video where I was going down a side street in Detroit, and there used to be a lot of really messed up, abandoned houses on that street, but they were gone. I didn't expect them to be gone, but I hit a really bad pothole. There's a lot of potholes in Detroit and on the freeways when the winter's getting over, and it messed up
Yeah,
the window in my car. The power window, it fucked it up real bad.
they are bad, those
Yeah,
potholes.
a
You
lot of
pop a
people were
tire
getting
on
off on it. A lot of the viewers were getting off on it. They were getting a sick kick out of the fact that it happened.
Oh, that you what were you filming when you were driving, or did you just talk about it?
No, I was filming while I was driving. I hit a pothole and it messed up the window.
Ah, that sucks. The other day I was filming and I must just say like, took a turn when somebody was coming that way, and thankfully, and I threw down my phone. I was like, "Fuck, days are right when you're like kind of distracted." And tonight when I was watching some video, the guy he was trying to film some UFO, and then he almost like ran off the road. So it happens, it happens. Is Jimmy Hoffa buried under the GM building? I don't even think that Jimmy Hoffa freaking got killed
Yeah,
because
they're not.
the thing. He
Hoffa's not going to be. Hoffa was. I think the latest is a. They think Tony Palazzolo He was at the time an associate of the Detroit Mafia family, was the person that killed Hoffa. When he died, he was I think he was a consigliere. He was like the counselor of the family.
I'm
But he
just
got
saying that
promoted real
something I
quick.
was watching talk
Yeah,
about a shitload of money going missing
yeah,
right before Jimmy Hoffa went missing.
yeah. Hoffa was, yeah, definitely in Michigan, and the mafia families members owned, funeral homes. They owned
It doesn't
incinerators.
seem like
They
the
owned.
mafia is as prevalent anymore, does it?
No, I don't think so. They owned junkyards. A lot of places where they could dispose of.
Well, that's just anywhere. I mean, look at
Yeah,
Nevada. The whole place is like desert. You could, you know,
yeah. I think the Detroit the mafia families are it's ethnic secession and organized crime. A lot of like black gangs and Spanish gangs and whatever gangs are taking over the rackets that they control. Like
yeah, like
members,
the
I think that
mafia seems
like
to have lost its.
I think
I don't know, but
I think white mobsters, white organized crime figures still probably control the bookmaking, the over the phone betting.
that we don't see, maybe,
Yeah,
yeah. Because I can tell you, I know that myself around this way, um, there was a guy who was, his name was Al Bruno, who was the prevalent one in this area,
right. Well, I know the
But
north end of Boston had a mafia family, and Rhode Island as well.
yeah, but somebody killed him down at the
Right.
Italian club in Springfield. And after he got killed, you know, it was kind of like he kept the riffraff out of certain areas.
Right. Yeah, the social clubs, like the white gangs, kept the neighborhoods.
Yeah, and even the
Right, exactly.
neighborhood, like the city where the town where he lived in, and where
Yeah,
his, you
because they
know,
had social
their
clubs.
riffraff was kept out of there. And then
Yeah,
after he got assassinated, I'll tell you, it changed there in that town.
yeah, they had social clubs around where all the young guys hung out.
Oh, not, but the
Yeah,
town that his family was in, like the hometown of his was not,
right,
not gangs, but it was a nice place and there was not riffraff there.
right.
And, but then it got different, like
Yeah, see, a
riffraff.
lot of the white gangs evolved from the mindless spraying with the bullets and being reckless to they do everything more streamlined. They kill, in a more organized manner. They just don't just spray a building and shoot the whole family. They
One
go on,
night, frickin' I was getting my
they do
laundry,
the
like
Italian
the
rope
laundry
quick.
room.
They beat people to
Huh?
death. They use silencers. They when they steal when the mob families steal have the car theft rings. It's real sophisticated. They steal expensive cars and ship them overseas. Where a lot of the young ethnic gangs now, like the black gangs, the Spanish gangs, will just break into a dealership, steal a bunch of Mercedes, and drive them around and destroy them. They don't. They're not as sophisticated. It's what's happening now is ethnic secession and organized crime. We
Yeah,
still have
but when I'm seeing
yeah.
it's freaking, it was like, I remember one of the guy, Big Nose Sam, you know what I mean? Like everybody knew
Oh, you knew
who was.
people like that. Did you know actual mobsters or alleged mobsters when you were growing up?
Well, yeah, but you don't know that they are
Yeah,
until later, like, you go to school with like one of their kids and you don't know that they're,
right,
that that's their father, I just,
right. Well, I think
yeah.
there's a lot of outlaw motorcycle gangs.
Oh, motorcycle gangs,
Yeah,
yeah. Like, people that are one percenters and stuff.
right. Yeah, that's where a lot of the poor whites, join the motorcycle gangs. They control the meth. I think the meth dealing.
No, I don't know about that. I really like them. I mean, just the other day, I was like, "Oh, that's Zach," because we have a couple of
Not
motorcycle
they as a
gangs.
monolithic element.
Huh?
I didn't mean to say they as a they're monolithic and all into it.
I mean, around here, they're the long riders. and there's another one. There's two. I think it's something Diablo or something. I don't know, something like that, but not something. But when I would work at particular bars, like I don't know, like they'll come in and on a particular night, like our Thursday nights around here are bike nights. They used to be
Right.
anyway before COVID hit, and they were called bike nights. And they have concerts. They used to have free concerts, and I mean, it's just fun. It's so dying out. Things are just changing so bad. You know, like people are getting used to not going out and not doing those things, and the bar scene is gonna die. There'll be no bar scene or band scene anymore. I mean, no concerts. I try to shoot pool. I will organize like pool league and stuff like that, or look for good pool players to be on the pool league. I have a certain bar that I'm on, but sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. But I'm not in a league. But we don't even have leagues anymore. They took all the pool tables out of the bars. Did they take them out of there, Terry?
The what?
The pool tables.
I didn't know. I haven't noticed that.
Yeah,
No, they
probably.
haven't. I've been in a couple of bars where there was bar pool tables up.
No mask required there either. And I know that Lee Thomas, he's on a pool league. He lives in Michigan, and he goes to pool league. But they took them out. Yeah, they took all the pool tables out of the bars here, and no more pool league. And the pool league was a big thing. Pool leagues are a big thing. That's so fucked up. And you know what else? Prudently was telling me, oh my dog's starting. I mean, it's the last time. I don't know. Not my house. Prudently was telling me that her aunt, who's elderly, said is in like a nursing home, and all the nursing home people had to have the vaccine, right? All
Mm-hmm.
the Yep. Oh my God, I bartended at a bowling alley and was a lane server at a bowling alley. That was one of my favorite jobs. And oh my God, my arms were so ripped then too. They were so nice. I loved working at a bowling alley. It was the best. It really was. Made so much money at bowling alley. In short hours too. You could just crank money doing that.
Do you like to
But
ball?
huh?
Do you like to ball?
No. I do. I would bowl, but I'm no professional. But so Brindley said that everybody in the nursing home had to get vaccinated and the workers there, but they sent her a letter saying she can't visit her aunt unless she gets fully vaccinated. That doesn't even make sense. Why would she have to get vaccinated if they're already vaccinated?
I was typing.
I'm delusional.
No. I was
Oh,
talking about Lacey.
I don't know who those people are. I have no clue who those people are. Lacey, I don't know I saw something like that in there. Yeah, that's like admitting that the vaccine doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It looked
I'm
good.
getting
She
a
looked
hundred bucks.
satisfied. What are you guys talking about?
I'm getting $100 from my employer for getting the vaccine.
For having the vaccine?
Yeah, just for getting a vaccine. I'm getting a bonus. I just got another bonus.
Hmm. I don't know. I just think that there's something up with that vaccine. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it seems odd that they would force other people to get it. It doesn't make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It should be like if somebody doesn't want to get it and then they get COVID randomly and die, then the people who got the vaccine don't even have to worry about it, right? Because they got the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I'll let you go. I
I'm
don't know what you
going.
guys are talking about in here. Like, who was high? Who's this Lacey? What are you guys talking about?
The girl I interviewed, the same girl that Tom interviewed. She hangs out at a Coney Island I go to in Detroit. A
Oh,
lot
is
of
it on your
characters.
video? I
Yeah,
mean, on your channel?
yeah. She's one of the characters that hangs out on Michigan Avenue. But all right, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, I didn't say I
Jason,
was going off, but Terry said he is. And then, are you Terry? I don't know. Am I?
what?
Are you getting off here? Because you guys are talking about these people, and I don't even know who they are. Maybe I was getting off. I am so confused. Like, I don't know if he's like having some conversation behind the scenes.
Nothing about you. We're not talking about you, honey. You
Don't
have a
worry.
nice night. Sweet dreams, baby. Take care of yourself. I hope you feel better, okay?
Thank you. Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am. Who else would I be talking? No, I'm talking to Barium and Mr. Rourke. I'm telling them sweet dreams and have a good night, baby. Make sure you dream about me tonight, honey. I'm going to dream about you. You have a good night, okay?
Okay, bye.
You're going to
All right.
do the countdown?
I'm gonna do what?
You want to do the countdown?
Oh my God, you're making me get off my live stream? What the
No, I'm
fuck?
asking you. I thought you just said you were leaving. Did I miss? I didn't hear you right.
I don't know. Am I
No, just
leaving?
stay and entertain these two characters here. Okay?
I thought they were your friends. I thought you fucking were
I,
online inviting your friends over here talking about Lacey.
I thought you were their friends. I thought you know Mr. Rourke. You know
I
Mr.
do know
Rourke better
Mr.
than I do.
Rourke. You're so funny.
Well, peace,
Yes.
love,
All
and
right. We
tacos.
are going. Anyway, do it. Peace, love, and tacos.
Peace,
And
love, and
let's do the
tacos.
countdown.
Five,
Five,
four,
4,
three,
3, 2,
two,
1.
one.
Thanks
Peace.
for coming, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.